the beginnings of rap. Because as long as our music has been recording, people have been rapping.
The disco DJs separated themselves from us. We were the next generation coming up with this thing, and they was like, what's this little hippity hop thing?
The first time I heard somebody spit a 16 over a break beat was probably Melly Mel.
The Melly Mel sound that you hear today, I got that sound from Hollywood.
I was doing this same form of entertainment long before it had a name.
A lot of the gangs were fading out by the time hip-hop came in. A lot of those gangs turned into crews.
As far as influencing hip-hop, I saw no Puerto Rican or Jamaican influences whatsoever.
I started breakdance in the 70s.
When rap and hip-hop was all black, it was negative. Now that it became a big phenomenon and corporately acceptable, now there's this need to take foundational black Americans out of the creation of it and give it away to other people. And it's important for us to set the record straight.
Now, King, let them know.
Hello. Seven God, hop on, bro.
Thank you, Tariq. Tariq, the other day you were telling me that it's so difficult for FBA to get citizenship in Africa. So I just want to let you know that few days ago, Stevie Wonder got Ghanaian citizenship free of charge. So we're not trying to take a bag from you, like you say.
But that's Stevie Wonder, so that was PR. Of course, they're going to give Stevie Wonder. I mean, that's one of the biggest icons in music history. So yeah.
No, you're big too, Tariq. You're big too. You as a leader of this group, you have to prove something today. I told you your people are in Liberia, 250,000 FBA descendants, and you said you don't care about them. You said you're after the money first. That's very wrong. 250,000 descendants from that was sent from America to Africa 1820. So Liberian library there, they say they have 250,000 FBA descendants, and you say you don't care about them. Why? You have to connect with them. Those are your blood.
Well, is my blood in Liberia?
Yes, 250,000 descendants. 5% of Liberian population, which is 5.3 million.
Well, so I don't know if they're my blood, and I don't know if they're descendants of FBAs. I don't know about that. You sound like you're just throwing numbers out there. That don't make no sense.
No, just Google it.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. And also, what's going on in Liberia?
No, I'm not from Liberia. I'm just telling you.
Now, what part are you from?
I'm Nigerian, but I'm not in Nigeria right now.
I know you're not. You're either in Canada or over here in the U.S. Which one?
No, I'm in the BVI, British Virgin Islands. I told you before.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And you start telling us that we are slaves over here.
You what?
You said there's slavery over here. There's no slavery over here.
In the British Virgin Islands, there was slavery. What are you talking about?
No, you're saying presently now.
No, it feels like it. I went over there a few years ago, and it felt like I was in the 1800s. I didn't like it at all.
No, they didn't welcome you?
No, they're very hostile towards foundational black.
They're not hostile people. They're not.
Yeah, they are. They had a very funky disposition, and I didn't like it. It felt like I was in the 1800s.
No, you came as a tourist. They treated you well.
No, they didn't. No, they did not. I didn't like it at all. And what are you doing over there? You're Nigerian. What are you doing in the Virgin Islands?
My wife is from the Virgin Islands.
Okay. Did she work on a cruise ship or something?
Well, why are you asking that?
Well, nigga, you're not a top secret spy. I mean, damn. If she works on a cruise ship, she works on a cruise ship, right?
I shouldn't be asking about what your wife does, or if I ask if your wife is working in a hotel as a cleaner, how will you feel? That's how you're trying to project this thing now.
Why is that an insult? Why'd you take that as an insult?
Because you feel that you're so entitled now.
Like, what kind of shit is that? I just asked why did she work on a cruise ship? Because a lot of people in the Virgin Islands, a lot of them work on cruise ships.
Cruise ship, like what? Like serving drinks
Like
or what?
Carnival, nigga. Carnival, Disney. A lot of them work on cruise ships out there.
She doesn't work anyway. She's a housewife.
Okay. Well, nigga, do your ass work on a cruise ship?
No, I do graphics, I do art, I sell art, I do paintings, and I also do some kind of artworks, and I sell them.
What kind of paintings you do?
The kind of paintings I do, I normally paint dishes.
You paint dishes?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
You know the kind
so
of dishes.
You work at like a factory where you paint cups and dishes. You work at a factory. You work at a.
No, I'm self-employed. That's what I'm telling you. I normally paint dishes.
You work at the Virgin Island Amazon. Basically.
No, I'm self-employed. I'm an artist. I do paint and I sell to tourists.
Okay, there you go. All right, Seven God. All right. Hold the line. I got my sister Brooke want to get back on. Brooke, hop on, beloved. Let me get Brooke back on here. He said he paints. He paints ceramics. All right.
Well,
Brooke.
I wanted to get to the part where he was asking about did you care about your Liberian brothers and sisters? I just have a couple of questions. I want to know did they care when they sold their brothers and sisters and cousins? Did they care when they drugged their brothers and sisters and cousins so they could be more docile for the white slave owners? Did they care about us when they drugged us so that our souls wouldn't remember what they did to us and take revenge on them or come back home? Did they care then? No, we don't care now.
You know, that's a nice question, but I think I will have to take a shovel and dig the graves of the ancestors and ask them that question.
Okay. Oh, well, Wani, come back up here. I got to get Wani up here to ask him some questions. Wani, come up here, dear. Let me have you talk to Sister Wani.
Those people are not alive, they are dead. Those people that sold you people into slavery, they are long dead. So should I bring them from the grave and you ask them why? Or should I summon their ghost or spirit so that you talk to them?
Oh, but the spirit of those Sambos is still alive in some of the people.
No, it's a generational curse and it has been broken long ago.
When did the curse get broken?
We can't say when, but they don't despise you as much as you despise them.
Now, Wani, hold on. Now, Wani, he said that we should connect with our brothers in Liberia.
Yes,
Wani.
it's facts.
Yeah, see, I don't know how many actual Liberians they came from the Caribbean, they came from
No.
certain parts.
4,000. 4,000,
There's
madam.
different people mixed
4,000
together. No, I know about the
from
number. I'm talking
America.
about where they came from. You can't mix everybody together and then say we're related to them.
No, the facts is there. This is documented. 10,000 left
From where?
from America. 10,000, then 4,000 from the Caribbean, which is 14,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they separated? Do they know where they came from?
Of course, they know. They have their own community as descendants
So
of
there's a separate Caribbean community in Liberia.
not Caribbean. I'm talking about the United States of America. Those
There's
those that from the Caribbean, they
okay.
will send to Gambia.
Okay, but they're all coming over here and getting shot by mean white men in the neighborhood. So why should we go over there?
No, I'm not saying you should go over there. You should make a connection.
Why?
Your own people, you don't want to have a
Why do I
connection.
need to connect? No.
The same blood flows in your veins. Can't you understand what I'm saying? These are your descendants, 250,000 remaining. Before they
I'm not
because
interested because all of these people have a voice and they have UN seats and they never said one word about us. And now I see them speaking up
no,
during
I'm
this.
speaking for them because they don't know how to
No.
reach. They don't know how to. Instead, they're not reaching out to FBA. Rather, they are reaching out to other African Americans in America. You understand? They don't know
Jones,
about
Jones, let me ask you, because you keep saying we should reach out to them. How come we're not included in the African Union?
because you're not part of the African Union.
Oh,
Israel is.
What?
Israel is. You have
No,
Arab countries
no,
in there.
no, no. Israel is not part of the African
It
Union.
says it is. Can we Google it and make sure? Because they were an observer and now they're in there.
Google it and let us know now.
I just did. They are.
At
Now what?
Wikipedia.
Now what? What's the excuse now? They're not African.
No, send me a link before I believe you, please.
No, you Google it, fool.
No, you
Telling you
cannot do
nothing.
that
Okay,
because,
we're
because
getting ready to get ignorant. I'm too sleepy to
no,
cuss you
because
out.
you like setting people up to fight each other. An hour
What?
ago, you were setting me up to fight with a Somali guy, but
No,
I kept
you're
my
not
mouth mute
worth
because
fighting.
I
You're
was
not
not brought up like
legitimate.
that. I was not brought up like that to fight people on
I want a
spaces.
cage fight and you're not good enough.
I kept quiet. I didn't talk, and you said I'm a weak ass nigga.
You are.
He can't talk to me face to face,
An East
eyeball to
African
eyeball,
man got on the stage and you let him pimp you.
because I
He
don't have that
literally had you on the
energy. I
corner.
don't have that energy to quarry with
You
somebody.
can't. You submit to East Africans.
How did I submit? Did I agree to
You
what he said?
submit.
The
You are.
silence is the best
That's
answer for a
right.
fool.
And if
That's
I
why I
bring an
quiet.
Arab
That's
in
why I
here,
didn't
you'll get
answer
even
him.
quieter.
No,
If I bring a
that
white boy in here, you'll disappear.
a white boy will not even behave
But
the way
guess
you
what?
expect him
We
to.
won't. We won't
No,
disappear
what I'm trying.
for anybody we bring in the room. There's nobody we can bring in the room that'll make us disappear. Okay?
What I'm just trying to tell you is that don't include those 250,000 descendants of Americans, Black
I'm
Americans.
not against them, but they have a UN seat and they don't use it to speak about us. So I have nothing to say about them. They ask us for help. They have an immigration problem. They go directly to the Congressional Black Caucus. Black Americans need to help us not get deported. That's the only time they talk to us when they want something.
right.
What about when we want something? We want somebody to speak up for all the racism we've been going through. Jim Crow, not a peep. Not a peep, nothing about slavery, nothing about nothing. Now I see your little UNC making statements. The Palestinians shouldn't be getting treated like that. Filing all kind of petitions. Oh, so you do have power and you can talk.
Jones, well, he got real quiet. Oh, Jones. Okay. All right. Well, Jones, he buttoned up. But thank you so much, Wani. I'll get you back up in a minute. Okay, Jones, you got very quiet. Did Jones dip? When folks start getting in his ass, he kind of dips out, don't he? Okay. All right, Jones. I'm gonna get y'all. Jones, he got quiet and bounced. Okay. All right. All right. I saw Mikhail up. I wanted to get Brother Mikhail in here. Let's get more. What's your name? Mohammed Mirza. Mohammed Mirza.
Uh, Thank you very much, Tariq. I feel so honored.
Yes.
This is my first ever time. I did know a lot about your activities. I used to be in LA till 2019. Then I left and moved to, I was always in Texas, but I had some business concerns there. So now the reason why I raised I wanted to talk to you is that professionally, one of my expertise is the what we call it the desert. Uh, I don't know how to say it in simple words. Desert hydrology, let me put it that way. In Africa, there are so many areas where there's a lot of shortage of food, water, and agriculture, and so on and so forth. I'm 75 plus, well settled. All my kids are doing well. I'm a grandpa also. I want to contribute.
Okay, I don't. It's taking you forever to get to the point, man. Just go ahead and land your plane, brother. Let me have you get your thoughts together. Yeah, we can't have you slow down the energy because I don't know where you were going. I don't know what you're talking about. You start talking about electric power and deserts, and I don't know where you were going, brother. So let me have you get your thoughts together. You drink you some Metamucil or go to sleep or something. The family, I know y'all were like, where is he? What are you talking about? I don't know what he was talking about, family. And I know y'all didn't know. I know he's trying to request, hey, brother, you got to get your thoughts together, man. I don't know what you were talking about, man. You got to kind of get to the point. Good grief. Man, drink you some warm milk and go to sleep. All right, let's get Python or Pick, P-I-C, whatever your name is. P-I-C, hop in. Pick. All right, Pick, turn your microphone on. And let me see. We do have a lot of folks in the building. Let's get No Joke Loco. Let's get No Joke Loco in the building. And then we'll get Babatunde. No Joke, what's up, man?
Yo, what's the deal? Hey,
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, yo?
first of all, you're funny as fuck. Hey, listen, I wanted to know, or it's like we doing anything to like, because I heard her talking and she was saying like how we don't have no UN seat. Are we doing anything like as a people to like fix that? Because we're talking as like we're Americans, but we're our own people, right? Correct? Like we're Black Americans. Now, do we have like a seat to where we speak for ourselves? Because we're waiting for like other people to do it, but when are we going to actually do it ourselves? And I'm not in college, so.
And the thing is, we have people who are supposed to be representing us, and we're seeing that they're not doing the representation the way they're supposed to be doing it. And this is why we're delineating. We're saying, hey, wait a minute. We don't want people who ain't really from our lineage speaking for us now. So we're doing a little house cleaning thing now.
Yeah.
The people that we have in office, the Kamamis and all of these other people, we're saying, hey, we don't want these folks representing us because they're not speaking for us. And we don't want them to use this conditional blackness that they pull out every 4 years. And once they get elected, they go back to being Asian and East Indian and all this other shit. So we're just doing some straightening so that we can get the right people to properly represent us. So that's what we're doing now. We're in the process of getting the tethers up out of here who do not represent us and misrepresent us, because that's the problem. We're being misrepresented. Babatunde. Onabanjo Babatunde. If I'm pronouncing your name right.
Yeah, sure.
What's up? How are you, man?
I'm fine. I'm good.
So what's on your mind, brother?
I just came to address a situation because I heard the lady talking about we selling ourselves into slavery and all this kind of stuff. Um, well, I've been on this platform before today, and there is something I feel people are always getting wrong when it comes to the slavery thing. So it wasn't our choice to sell ourselves into slavery. Like, okay, I'm talking about those are our forefathers, not us. You understand what I'm saying? Do you get? Because when you guys talk, like when people talk, they be like, okay, we sold ourselves into slavery. I am not happy all this happened. Nobody is happy that all this happened to us. Do you understand? And
Well,
like
you're not
when they
happy.
talk,
You're not happy because you got a bum deal and the shit backfired. That's why you're not happy. It didn't work out for you. Y'all got a bum deal. You sold the warrior class, and then the white supremacists came and just colonized all of you. So yeah, you ain't happy, right?
but that wasn't us. That was not like.
Oh Lord,
Don't you get?
who was it?
Those are our
Who was it?
forefathers, not us.
It was who?
That's just it.
It was
Our
who?
forefathers.
Your
I said
forefathers?
our.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, these are your
Like
forefathers. Y'all still a part of those tribes, right?
I know. I know we are part of those tribes. I know, but you guys should just just don't put the weight on us. Like you
Why?
understand?
Why
Like
not? Why not? Why y'all? Why not? Because y'all still call us Akatas and all types of pejoratives. So why not? Come on, let's deal.
seriously,
Let's deal with it. Let's deal with it, brother.
I just wish you can actually forget about all this slavery and shit and just move on. For real.
Forget slavery?
Seriously.
Well, no, we're
What
talking
do you
about
say?
now. I mean, no, because the tether mindset is still there, where you want to undermine us. Too many of you. That mindset has not gone anywhere in a lot of you. And that's the problem that we have, that tether mindset where you want to come over and treat us like another hostile group. That hasn't gone anywhere, right?
Well, all I can just say is all fingers are not equal. So
What's not
people are
equal?
different.
What's not equal? What?
I said all fingers are not equal. People are different. Like we all have different mindsets. Well, we have bad people, we have good people too. So it's just like that. Do you understand? So sometimes when I hear that, I just feel like people are judging us. You understand? Like you guys just need to chill and just
We need to chill.
don't put the weight on us. Sure,
Dude,
for
we
real.
need to chill. Y'all sat there and let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all sat there and collaborated with these white supremacists and then did rituals where y'all walked around trees, the tree of forgetfulness, so we wouldn't remember what you did. It was some real devious shit that was done. Y'all try to wash your hands. Y'all were walking us around trees so we would forget. It was some real devious shit. And then it backfired, brother. And then it didn't work out in your favor. And now you want to circle the block back on us and be like, hey, let's let bygones be bygones. Right?
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
All right. Okay, brother. You're over there eating Joel off. I don't know what you're doing, man. Thank you. All right. And man, the problem is, man, unfortunately, with a lot of cats, that mindset is still there. Man, let's keep it a buck. That mindset where y'all will gather folks up and give them off to the white supremacists, that mindset is still kind of there, brother. Brother, there's a reason why in prisons in Texas and places like that, they get their COs from Africa. They bring them COs to work the prisons. They bring Africans to do that. There's a reason why they do that. You understand? They know the mindset that you have. That some of you, not all, that some, they know. They know that. The white supremacists, they've had a mindset for the last 500 years. The tethers have had a mindset for the last 500 years. And us fighting, we've been fighting white supremacy for the last 500 years. We've been fighting nonstop. That spirit has never changed. The spirit, that Mojara spirit of fighting these white supremacists, fighting for justice, we've been fighting nonstop for 500 years. The white supremacists have been doing their little demonic thing nonstop for 500 years. And if we've been doing our thing, The white supremacists been doing their thing for the 500 years that's been going by. You don't think the tethers, they ain't doing the same shit or they have the same disposition for 500 years? Let's be real. A lot of these cats got the same disposition, and that's the problem. The same tribalism, where everybody's undermining each other, cutting each other's throat, doing anything to get by, no codification whatsoever. You know, we got to do things, we got to start doing things that actually work and stop doing things that don't work. See, foundational Black Americans, we're doing things that works to a certain degree more than any other Black people, at least challenging these white supremacists. That works for everybody because everybody benefits from us challenging them. I want FBAs to really drill that idea home in your head. Other people are able to eat because of your sacrifices and you, as foundational Black Americans, standing up to the white supremacists. That's why other people get to eat, because they get to run in the door after we kick the shit open, which is what they always do. You see? And we got to look at the people who undermine us. And I'm not talking about everybody in the diaspora, not all of you, but there is a tether class out there. That's a real thing. Let me get Brother Grinds in here. Grinds to, and I'm not beating up on brothers and sisters in the diaspora. I'm not. But y'all can't call up and be like, oh, let slavery go, nigga. It is in the past. This is our forefathers. I am not like that. I am a good nigga. No. So how come y'all ain't doing this? How come y'all ain't doing that? How come y'all, if y'all want us to come bond, how come we ain't part of the African Union? Israel is. Well, I have to Google that. I don't know about that, nigga. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. Grinds, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother Tariq, man? These tethers, man, is hilarious, especially in
And they're funny, man. I tried to give them a chance, but damn, boy, they be putting their foot in their mouth.
every damn time they ask you foot in their mouth. But anyway, I appreciate you letting me up. So one of the fun facts that kind of been given as a teenager is that brother Stevie Wonder's real name is Stephen Morris.
Yes.
So I think that was around the time that I learned about stage names, and that was around the time that my mother also told me that the one brother is that you mentioned earlier, Colin Powell's Jamaican.
Yeah,
She
he's
told me a
Jamaican.
few people Jamaican. She had told me that he was Jamaican. The minister is Caribbean as well, I believe. One of those islands, can't remember. I want to say Jamaican, but I might be mistaken about that one. But also Heavy D as well. So, and I was kind of surprised. I'm like, these brothers are light, but then she was like, nah, they Jamaican. Don't be fooled by the tone of their skin. They Islanders. But thank you for highlighting the fact that, because I've been saying this a lot lately. Thank you for highlighting the fact that these white supremacists have mastered the art of using the tethers to undermine us. Because I've been saying a lot lately, like even with this allowing of the illegals to cross the border, these people talking about stay away from the Akata and all these other people, I'm like, listen, you mean to tell me that this current administration and that part of just white supremacists, period, do not know the temperature of these people that they're allowing to come over to undermine us and wipe us out? And shit is basically being handed on a platter for them to do so. So I appreciate you highlighting all of that. And this is why we have to really make sure that we do not just allow. We are very welcoming people, but we have to really put a lid on that, because familiarity does breed contempt. That's an old saying, but that is so true. I appreciate you.
Man, thank you so much, brother. All right, that's Grinds. Y'all gonna follow our brother Grinds. All right, let's get Mario.
How are you, Mr. Tariq Nasheed? How are you?
Hey, Mario. I hate to disconnect. Okay, damn.
Can you hear me?
Mario got a FBI hook. This nigga got right to the FBI.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. man.
Oh dear, yeah, you're right, man. My signal is bloody horrible. Sorry about that, mate. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify with Wani that Israel.
Take your headphones out.
Yeah, I've taken them off. I've taken them off.
Okay. Drop down. Damn, boy, that janky ass connect.
Yo, did y'all know Michael Blackson tried to invest land in Ghana? Look what happened.
Michael Blackson, the Ghanaian-born American comedian loved for his
Oh,
hilarious...
I didn't know he was Ghanaian himself. Oh, shit. All right. Look what this fool did, trying to invest in his country's homeland.
Michael Blackson, the Ghanaian-born American comedian loved for his hilarious takes on life, is making headlines for something far more serious. His heartfelt investment in Ghana, meant to support free education for the underprivileged, has hit a major roadblock. In a series of candid social media posts, Blackson expressed frustration over how the Ghanaian government's debt restructuring has cost him big. But what does this mean for Ghana's investment landscape and for African diaspora investors? Stay tuned as we break it all down.
Oh shit, some scam stuff. Hey man,
Michael
you gotta watch
Blackson's
these countries,
journey
yo.
to get back to his homeland started with a noble
known for
cause.
scamming. Y'all
3
y'all
years
keep
ago,
rocking with them.
he founded the Michael Blackson Academy in Agona and Saba, providing free education to children
They
from
would
kindergarten
scam
to
their
basic
own.
3, along with free uniforms.
chance you got.
It was a passion project that
Umar.
Blackson deeply believed
They'll
in,
be posting
using
some
his
about how
own
they
money to
scammed
fund it. To keep
But
the
they say
school
Umar be
running,
scamming, so
Blackson says he invested
might scam
$1
each other.
million in Ghana's
Allegedly.
Eurobonds, which promised a return of 10%. But following Ghana's recent debt restructuring, Blackson now faces a 30 to 40% loss on his principal investment and a drastically reduced interest rate of just 1.95% over 15 years, compared to the original
Damn.
10%. This
Wait,
dramatic
10%? He get 1.9? Wow. So you basically 2%. Dang, he dropped 8%.
financial hit has left Blackson feeling betrayed by the government. In his
The
posts
government?
on X, formerly known as Twitter, Blackson accused the Ghanaian government of using his investment and those of others to pay off foreign debts, particularly to China. Ghana decided to use our money to pay their debt to China or whoever and leave us hanging, he wrote. He specifically called out the finance minister, questioning how the funds were managed and accusing the government of leaving investors in the lurch. To understand Blackson's frustration, let's look at the bigger picture. Ghana, like many African nations, has been grappling with economic challenges, including rising debt levels. In October 2023, the government submitted debt restructuring proposals to bondholders, which included a so-called haircut of 30% to 40% on principal investments and a capped interest rate of 5%. For investors like Blackson, this means they are receiving much less than originally promised, both in terms of their principal investment and interest. Ghana's restructuring was intended to stabilize its debt crisis, but the impact...
Yo, he invested. Yo, he might as well bought a car. You know how you buy a car and they say you drive off with it, you lose damn near half the value. Well, shit, his initial investment, he lost 30-40% of it. He might as well, yeah, his investment was like buying a Rolls Royce. You lose the value right away. He lost his value right away.
On
Almost cut in
individual
half.
investors has been severe. While the government argues that the restructuring is necessary to avoid default, people like Blackson, who trusted Ghana's financial system, are now paying the price.
Now you see why we got the best government in the world, because our government regulates FDIC, FCC, all these different things that we do. FDA, USDA, we regulate. We don't let this stuff happen like this to shame the entire country.
Restructuring has left diaspora investors feeling alienated and skeptical about investing in the country, with Blackson saying, "Ghana has set me back financially, and I'll never forgive them for this."
He sounds like Garvey, live in Jamaica.
Case raises important questions about how African countries handle investments from their diaspora communities.
Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna get on Nigeria next. Well, not next, but tonight we will look at Nigeria and how they do business. It's embarrassing. And for Nigerians to thumb their nose up at FBAs, it's shameful. That's why I need to show you this information. So y'all in these spaces and they talking their shit, you could have the facts to say, oh, whoa, whoa, What you believe about us is just pure projection. Let's look at what's actually going on in your country that y'all doing to yourselves. We're oppressed by Jim Crow, racial discrimination, racial desegregation, all type of forces on top of it. Right now. We're 13% of our population. We are the weak minority. Ain't so much we can do. But you guys are the majority. You guys are the people who make the calls. We're not the people who make the calls over here. We're trying to be that, but we're far from that. You guys make the calls in your countries and you scam each other.
For years, African governments have encouraged members of the diaspora to reinvest in their homelands, positioning themselves as secure and attractive destinations for investment.
Can't trust them. You can't trust them, man. They're known for scamming.
This situation shows the risks involved when economic mismanagement leads to unanticipated financial losses. From Blackson's perspective, he invested not just in bonds, but in the future of Ghana's youth. His frustration is about more than lost money.
Oh, ain't that cute? He invested in the youth. Oh, that's cute.
It's about broken trust. As he bluntly stated, Ghana robbed me and a lot of other people who trusted them. This breach of trust has significant implications, not only for Blackson, but for the broader African diaspora, which has been increasingly wary of investing in their home countries. Blackson's case is a perfect example of the struggles that many diaspora investors face when trying to contribute to Africa's development. While they may feel a deep connection to their countries of origin, they often find themselves caught in bureaucratic red tape, poor economic management, and unstable financial systems. This issue isn't unique to Ghana. Similar problems
matter of fact, we'll do Nigeria next.
Been reported in other African nations as well. Furthermore, this situation highlights the balancing act that African governments face. On one hand, they need to manage debt and stabilize their economies. On the other hand, they must ensure that they maintain investor confidence, especially among their diaspora, who often invest with the goal of giving back. Failure to do so can have long-lasting repercussions, as Blackson pointed out when he said, "Ghana is a great, peaceful, fun place to visit, but be careful when it comes to business."
Oh, damn.
So what happens next? Despite his financial setback, Michael Blackson remains committed to his school. In his own words, "If it wasn't for the love and passion I have for the underprivileged youth of Ghana, I would just hand my school to the people and walk away." Blackson has even hinted at starting a GoFundMe campaign to keep the school running, a move that shows his dedication to the cause, even as his faith in the Ghanaian government wanes. But the bigger question is whether this incident will deter other members of the diaspora from investing in Africa. Blackson's experience may serve as a cautionary tale, especially as countries across the continent seek to attract foreign investment in the wake of rising debt. For Ghana, regaining the trust of investors like Blackson will be crucial in moving forward. Michael Blackson's story is one of passion, frustration, and ultimately, perseverance. While his faith in Ghana's financial system may be shaken, his commitment to helping the country's youth remains strong. But what do you think? Should African nations do more to protect investors, especially those from the diaspora? Is there a better way to manage debt without hurting those who are trying to give back? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if
How about just be honest? How about just that? How about just be honest? What you gonna do with the money? We're gonna pay China back. You know, I mean, that's still helping you. Hey, Blackson, that's still helping your country. That's still helping your country out. You dig? You're helping your country out because you you getting them out of debt. What's the big problem? All right. Look at this is the big problem for Jamaica though. Look at Jamaica's problem.
Do you feel British or Jamaican? I feel British. I was there from a child. I went to school there. I went to colleges in the UK. And I'm just here. Do you feel British or Jamaican? I feel British.
Yeah, this dude just said, I feel white manish. He said he feels more British than Jamaican. I mean, so my thing is, then why do Jamaicans fly around that flag like, hey, Jamaican pride? But when y'all go to the UK, you will rip that flag up and hold up that UK flag the first chance you get. My boy said, he said, yo, do you feel more Jamaican or more British? My boy said, I feel more British.
Do you
Peace,
feel
decent.
British or Jamaican? I feel British. I was there from a child. I went to school there. I went to colleges in the UK, and I'm just here. Do you feel British or Jamaican? I feel British.
Now, listen, that's a black problem globally. Even here with the states, like, dude, we can't be doing that. Like, what we should be doing is what other folks doing. Okay, when the Chinese come into Africa and steal the resources, they don't say, I feel more African than Chinese. No, they know what they're there for. They're there to steal resources, level up, and leave Africa bone dry. So when blacks from the diaspora, when they're able to get into one of these white countries, UK, Canada, wherever, France, go over there and suck it dry, straighten it, and then go home and build yourself up. But don't give up who you are. Don't get lost. Dude, you're not British. You're Jamaican. Have some pride. Have some Jamaican pride. This is embarrassing.
Do you feel British or Jamaican? I feel British.
So, I mean, that's just no good. Like they're so quick to give up their flag for the next flag. That's just not cool.
I was there from a child. I went to school there. I went to
So,
colleges in the
still
UK,
Jamaican.
and I'm just here. Do you feel British or Jamaican? I feel British.
All right, listen. We can't have no alliance with that type of thinking, and that's what's going on. Okay, so we got that out the way. Let's go here. Let's see why Nigeria is still poor in spite of their great resources. Okay, let's see why this country will be in a rut when they have something that other countries wish they had.
This is because
So let me see what Decent says. Decent says he says stop the division. Is stop the division. Racism is against black folks in general. Racist folks don't differentiate between where certain black folks are from the hate them equally. Okay, I don't really know where that comment's coming from. So what division are you talking about? Because maybe you haven't been here in a while. So you mean this type of division? Hold on. Because you said we got stopped. I mean, when you say we, I guess you're talking about FBAs. So maybe you didn't see this right here. I mean, because this is news to me. This was okay. So let me know if you're talking about this type of division. So where was that saying when this was going on under our nose? Because this is pretty much new to me. This type of hatred right here. So let me know if you're talking about this right here. Peace, Jolanda. So the thing is, we got to be honest. See, so the way we heal, the way we rebuild, the way we build a strong alliance with black folks, with the continent and in the diaspora, we got to start with honesty. Okay, we can't start with delusion. We can't start with dishonesty. We can't start with just not addressing the issues, the underlying issues. Okay, we gotta be willing to put everything on the table and just have a grown adult conversation. Okay, so now where was these comments when things like this was being said?
Immigrant, Jamaican, marketer, African Americans prioritize blackness isn't necessarily the same way in which an immigrant would prioritize their
Okay,
blackness.
so she's calling us black. So let's run that back. So she's calling Black Americans black, and she's calling the Caribbean immigrants. So descent, she's not dividing. She's calling Black Americans black, and she's calling the Caribbean immigrants. Okay, so but she ain't dividing though. Listen to this.
The way how African Americans prioritize blackness isn't necessarily the same way in which an immigrant would prioritize their black.
Which immigrant? We have Chinese immigrants, we have European immigrants, we have Latino immigrants, we have black immigrants. So she just said immigrant. You don't find that odd that she didn't say black immigrants? She just said immigrants. So she lumped up all of immigrants as one. She didn't say black, she didn't say black immigrants. She said immigrants. So miss me with that. Because guys got selective outrage. Where was the outrage before we African Americans started to draw a line ourselves? This is we drew a line. Our line is early. Like it's not that long ago. About 7-8 years the longest. Okay? But we've been hearing stuff like this for a long time.
The way how African Americans prioritize blackness.
Oh no, this ain't one person though. This ain't one person. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, because this you could just YouTube. No, we ain't gotta do that. This ain't one person. All right. This is well felt. And guess what? If it was one person, then where is the Jamaican disdain for it? Why are these as far as the comments, where is the Caribbean disdain for this type of language? There's no outcry. Hey, yo, no. Now, what we do, if we believe a black person is a coon in America, our culture is always call the coon out. If we think a sister is unbehaving and caping for white supremacy, black Americans, we're gonna call her out. Publicly shame him or her. Nobody's publicly shaming her.
The way how
And this ain't one person. Like I said, you new to all this right here. You just start coming back. Stick around. Stick around. Stop by for a whole week, and we'll see if this is a one person thought. We ain't doing that lone wolf stuff, that white supremacy stuff. A white man would shoot up a whole black area, target black people, have all these racist diaries and notes and Hitler stuff, and white supremacists say, nah, that's a lone wolf. That don't represent us. But if a black person does something, that's never a lone wolf. That's how black Americans think. We're not doing that. We're gonna be honest tonight. We're gonna be unbiased tonight.
Americans prioritize blackness isn't necessarily the same way in which an immigrant would prioritize their blackness. So, you know how African Americans would say, oh, black writer, black creator, black artist, black lawyer, black doctor, black woman in STEM. No, when we come to this country, it's immigrant or nationality, maybe our careers next, and then
it's enough. It's enough for us to draw a line, say you stay over there, we stay over here, and we could throw ball like volleyball. There's a net. We can still throw the ball to each other, but just don't come past that net.
Whatever else comes after that. So immigrant, Jamaican, marketer, whatever
and
else
don't
comes
speak for her. Why are you speaking for her? This is her thoughts. So I'm gonna consider her thoughts. Okay, so she said immigrant first, not black. She said Jamaican second. She said her career third, and whatever else is left, we will entertain it.
After that. The issue that you're having is we don't see ourselves as one of you.
And guess what? She ain't lying. Because in this country, you fly your flags over here. Like I said, you haven't been here in a while. You come to a country that's called America. We have our own flag. Okay. If I was to migrate to Jamaica, to Dominican Republic, if I was to migrate to Nigeria, Liberia, wherever, I'm not gonna fly an American, especially if I'm looking for a better life. Now, if I'm just chilling, yeah, I'm gonna have my American flag. I'm gonna be chilling. But if I'm looking for better opportunities in that country that American can provide, I'm not flying no American flag because my country failed me. I'm over here for better opportunities. I'm gonna be appreciative of where I'm at. So if I'm in Nigeria and I'm in the tech world and I'm doing great, better than America, I'm gonna have a Nigerian flag. Like, yo, this country is it right here. My country, y'all ain't do this. That's how you're supposed to be. You don't look for better opportunities somewhere else and fly your flag when you're trying to get away from your country. That's the hypocrisy. That's the confusion we're getting. It's like, wait a minute, aren't you over here for better opportunities? So why don't you fly the flag that's affording you that? Why are you flying your flag over here like, no, like you're leveling up from over here? And she made it clear, we don't see ourselves as one of you. This goes on enough. No, I ignored this for way too long, too many years. I again, this is an 8 year thing where Tone and Yvette and people before them decided to, hey, white America been owing black Americans too long, and they locked us out of the wealth. So like, because ain't no pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They locked us out the wealth for way too long. It's going to take an eternity to catch up with them as far as, but the gap is too big. So Tone and Yvette and other folks said, you know what? We need reparations. That's going to help close the gap drastically. And now we could kind of be on an even playing scale. But the way we was locked out for hundreds of years, we're never going to catch up, and the gap is just going to widen because we are never going to have financial power to own and control anything. Okay. So he said, yo, we're looking to gain reparations. And then when he did that, you would think there'd be a large outcry of white people only, or maybe some small hats and people like that. No, the most of the outcry was from who we call our Caribbean brothers and our continental brothers, African continental brothers. They were doing the most outcry. Ah, yeah, yeah. And then they would get in these board meetings. They'll be in political positions, and then when they ask a question or they're entertaining the compensation reparations, they will speak on behalf of black folks. They would say, we don't need reparations. They will literally speak on behalf of black Americans saying we don't need reparations. Or they would minimize it or undermine it and say, hey, man, just give us number 2 pencils for free for 10 years. No, we're not doing that. So no, we're going to call that out like every nation would. So no passes.
Is we don't see ourselves as one of you. And the reason that we don't
I don't
see
care what you're
ourselves
talking
as
about.
one of you is not because of blackness. We just see ourselves as an outsider. We have to work twice as hard to get where
And
you.
it's just that myth that these black foreigners work as twice as hard as the African Americans. I ain't never met one of y'all niggas who work harder than me. I work with every black person that's been to this country. Ain't none of y'all ever outworked me. Matter of fact, some of y'all lazy as shit. So I took a picture of my Nigerian, I think he's Nigerian, my Nigerian boy Mike. He on the high ass ladder asleep. And I always told him to his face, yo, Mike, you lazy. Mike, you lazy. Mike, you lazy. Straight Nigerian. He's 6'3", 6'4", athletic, lazy as shit. In my phone, I got a picture of him asleep on the ladder. This is after I said, Mike, you lazy. So I tell them to their face, not behind their back, not on social media. Yo, Mike, you lazy, bro. You got to pick up the pace. So I ain't never meet no black immigrant who work harder than me. They work as hard, but you talking about double the work? Stop the cat.
You are.
Fucking
We
double
are
the work.
so focused on our own business. Some of us that come to this country don't even have a legal right to be here. You get me?
Okay, yeah, no, I do get you. And guess what? You got to get out. If you're not here legally, you got to get out. It's that simple. That's anybody. That's a white immigrant, black immigrant, Spanish, Latino immigrant, Asian immigrant. If you're here illegally, you got to go.
So while you are fighting your fight, which is that of blackness, we are fighting our fight as immigrants first before
Yeah, she keep pointing that out. I'm an immigrant first. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? If all the black folks that's come out from different countries, if they came into America, right, which they do, a lot of times they look for a job. It says Latino, non-Hispanic. It says Black American, right? Black or African American, right? And that's the only option. Or it says other. I wonder what our black diaspora family is clicking. Are they clicking other, or are they clicking Black African American? Okay, so let's assume they're clicking Black African American. Okay, cool. So here's the issue. Okay, so if we're all in a large space, an auditorium, and let's say old Barack Obama, he says, okay, all of the Black Americans stand up. And let's say the auditorium was filled with Africans, Caribbean, Haitians, they were all there. You would think that everybody would stand up, right? All Black Americans stand up. All Black or African Americans. You would think everybody would stand up. Okay, or at least a majority. Okay, cool. Let's say a majority, if not everybody, stood up. If he said, okay, so that means everybody's standing up. You got African Americans, you got the Caribbean, you got Haiti, you got the continental Africans. If he said, okay, now only the immigrants sit down, only immigrants. Who is left standing? Like, because when I think of immigrant, I never thought of, until I heard people like her talk, I never thought of like, it's true what she's saying, but that my psyche never registered that. When I thought of immigrant, I always thought of non-blacks. I ain't saying FBAs, I'm saying non-blacks. I always thought of non-blacks. Until I'm listening to these black immigrants talk. I'm like, you know what? I never really, you're actually right. You are part of the immigrants, immigration policies. Again, like I'm saying, the average Black American, when you say immigration or immigrant, we automatically assume, to be real, Latinos. And that's what we think, first and foremost. So when we get reminded, our brothers or cousins from the Caribbean and Africa, hey, they immigrants too. We'd be like, where? Like we gotta like let it marinate a little bit. Like they are? Yeah, because they're from a different country, they immigrate over here, so therefore they're immigrants, and a lot of immigrant policies are. We'd be like, oh, so are they immigrants like the Latinos? Yeah, it's the same boat. So when they say immigration or immigrants, we'd be like, oh, I know. You know what I mean? Like that's because we just don't see black people as immigrants because we think immigrants is just Latinos for the most part. All right, but she clearly reminded me. All right. Okay, so Thug Coding just trolling. Okay, so now let's go here. So now this woman's from Haiti. So it ain't just one person. And they don't represent.
So now let's move forward.
Okay.
So as an immigrant,
So because we trying to be silly. I'm not saying this person represents their country. I'm saying there are far too many people from this country who are having these same feelings towards FBAs. And guess what? Nobody's even asking their opinion. They just voluntarily giving it. Hey, FBAs, we don't like y'all. We're like, okay, where'd that come from? No, I just wanted to tell you. Well, do you like white folks? Yeah. So why you hate us? Because y'all thugs, y'all this, y'all that. Yeah, but white folks kill everybody in the world. They kidnap kids. You don't hate them? No. There's a book called 100 Years of Lynching. You know, I don't care. We hate y'all. Yeah, but y'all don't even know us, and we never did nothing to you. We never traveled to y'all country and colonized it or undermined it, the resources. We never came over and took y'all gold, y'all silver, y'all precious metals, y'all grain, y'all oil. We never did that. Like, we're powerless. So what? We hate y'all. Okay.
so now let's move forward. So as an immigrant, I'm here in this country. What do I want to do? Put my best foot forward. What do my parents want to do? Put their best foot forward and give us the best opportunity possible.
Yes, they are a threat to FBA. When you have people like, well, first of all, a lot of black immigrants look just like us. And some of us can, like Sheffrin claims he can tell who's FBA, who's not. All power to him. Me and Double X, ex-architect, we have a hard time. To me, Math Hoffa, straight up, Math Hoffa until recently, to me was 100% FBA. I thought Busta Rhymes was FBA. You know, someone I thought Nicki Minaj. I'm thinking when they go into their native language, hot swat, whatever it is, I'm thinking they just cosplaying, like they just like mimicking Jamaica. I didn't know they was actually Trinidadian and Jamaican. Well, to me, they look so. Yes, you're a threat when you look just like us, and you get on the microphone. Not rappers. I'm talking people who are in politics. They get on the microphone and they shoot down things that we want to happen, like reparations. When you are cosplaying as an FBA person, and you're at a council hall or council meeting about reparations for Black Americans, and you sit there on behalf of Black Americans and say, we don't need it. and you're saying we, like you're including yourself. That's a threat. That's a threat. 100% that's a threat. 100% that's a threat. Anybody, not just black immigrants, anybody who is speaking against our agendas are a threat. That's anybody. And every countryman feel like that. I ain't gonna travel to Jamaica and get on the microphone and talk politics and then undermine what Jamaicans are for. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Like, hey, we ain't got time for that, man.
Possibly can. Thank you, Lord, for my parents because they did exactly that. But it's my turn as their child to hold the baton. And
I don't care where he's born at. He said he's Jamaican. I don't got a problem with that. I don't got a problem with him saying he's Jamaican. My thing is, it becomes a threat when I can believe your FBA, where I don't mind you speaking on my behalf politically, and it turns out you're not FBA. No, you're not FBA. You can't speak for me. No, get that. Star says shut his mic off. No, shut his mic off. He Nigerian. No, shut that mic off. You can't speak for me because none of y'all experienced Jim Crow. None of y'all, because y'all wasn't in this country. Y'all came after Jim Crow was abolished, on paper at least, the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Y'all came after that. Y'all was not here. If y'all were here, it was 1, 2, 3. It wasn't a large population. Y'all came after the smoke was cleared. So you can't speak on our behalf. You didn't experience it. Just like I can't speak on Jamaican, UK business. I can't speak on French, Haitians business. I can't speak on South Africans and, whoever colonized it. I can't speak on that. Mandela. I can't speak on those folks. But y'all come over here. Y'all think y'all can speak for us, which is arrogant and insane at the same time. So, well, me and Decent having a discussion because he didn't qualify something. He said something about causing division. So I want to know to Decent who's called what division. I'm showing him the division. I'm showing. He said. I'm guessing he's saying FBA's division. I'm saying, whoa. I'm showing you videos of your people. You can't show videos of my people. Just we are responding to this. And look at the mindset, by the way. This is a Haitian lady. Look at the mindset.
so now let's move forward. So as an immigrant, I'm here in this country. What do I want to do? Put my best.
I'm an immigrant. It's a second black woman who did not say she's a black immigrant. This is a second black woman who starts off saying, I'm an immigrant. Okay, to FBA, when you say you're an immigrant, we automatically think of Latinos. To us, you got to clarify. You got to say, or qualify. You got to say black immigrant. Okay, you with us. But if you start off by saying immigrant, you're not, to us, immigrant means non-black. So this is second black immigrant to say she's just immigrant and don't put the black there. Listen.
So now let's move forward. So as an immigrant, I'm here in this.
That ain't dividing. She just was all inclusive. So when you say I'm an immigrant, that means you're all inclusive with immigrants. You just drew a line because you didn't put black there. Now, if you put black there, you're inclusive to us and inclusive to immigrants. Like we say African American. We're African American. We're including Africa. We're including America. You're just immigrants. So like we don't. Okay, so, all right, well, shit, y'all ain't with us then. Where's the black at?
This country, what do I want to do? Put my best foot forward. What do my parents want to do? Put their best foot forward and give us the best opportunity they possibly can. Thank you, Lord, for my parents because they did exactly that. But it's my turn as their child to hold the baton. And one thing I always say, my parents did not risk their lives to get to America for me to get involved in some political warfare. My parents did not risk their lives for me to get to America, for me to sit here fighting people all day. That makes absolutely no sense. And I think because you guys have never taken that level of a risk, you don't.
So she's talking to us now. We FBAs have never taken that level of risk. That's what I'm trying to say. Like these black foreigners do not know black history in America at all. Zero. Like, what are you talking about? We didn't take a risk.
Understand that level of responsibility and accountability. That's really the problem here. Because if you really risk your lives to have something, if you really.
So FBAs didn't risk our lives to have something in this country. Where the minority at? Okay, now let's flip it. You're the majority in your country. Why are you fucked up? Okay, let's just the elephant in the room. This is how Black Americans think. Okay, since you want to give off how Black immigrants think about us, this is how we think about y'all. We are 13% of our country. We never had the upper hand as far as numbers and weapons and political positions with power. We've always been under white supremacy controlling us. You are the majority in your country. You're the majority. Why are you fucked up? That's all Black nations. Why y'all fucked up? This is how Black Americans think. You're the majority. We're not the majority. We feel like if we were the majority and we were in not just the majority. You guys are not just the majority. You're the police officers. You're the judge. You're the prosecutor. You're the lawyer. You're the president. You're the banker. You're the teacher. You're everything. We are a small minority of everything in this country. We go to a bank, most likely it's non FBA. We go to get a job to the interviewer, non FBA. We go to a politician to beg for something or ask for something. Just it's our American right. They're not FBA. Everywhere we go for assistance or to get some business transaction, we're normally talking to somebody that's not FBA. You guys talk to yourselves all day long. We want to know, why are you fucked up? Why you can't figure shit out? You was better off under the control of your colonizers when you could have got some shit done. You right here, take that right there. Get that. You guys fought for independence, got your own shit, and was worse off.
Really risk your life to get something, you're not willing and ready to throw it away. So now
okay,
let's move.
So she said we didn't. Okay, again, this ain't no one person. This is how too much people think. Okay, this is So now I wasn't even gonna go there. I had my own program. What I want to do today. Decent start saying he start blaming. He could say, "Hey, what's going on? Let's have a dialogue." No, he start pointing fingers right away. He starts saying basically FBAs are causing division amongst blacks. And I'm like, no, you guys are. And I showed a few anecdotal videos you could claim, but this all started from reparations. So I have a date. So however you felt like us, you didn't really express until we demanded reparations from white America. We didn't go to Haiti saying, "Hey, we need reparations." We didn't go to Jamaica. We didn't go to Nigeria. We went to white America. "Hey, you all, and y'all came in our business. No, don't get us niggas reparations. No. Y'all came to our business." So we like, "Yo, move. Yo, white man, we need move. Nigerian, move. Jamaican, move. Haitian, move. This, move. What are you doing? Move. Ghanaian. Move. What are you, Ethiopian? Move out. Somalia, move. Belize. What are you move? Why are you in my way? I'm trying to talk to the white man. Okay. So what else I have on that? Yes, I'm in that right there. I could go further. All right, so let me go back to my scheduled program. All right.
Public institutions often hire the
We
family
want to
and
know,
friends.
since everybody's minding our business and want to know what we're doing. We want to know why your countries can't get ahead. You're the majority, the overwhelmingly majority. Why nothing is accomplished? And we're going to find out why nothing is accomplished in Nigeria. Here we go.
In May 2023, new Nigerian President Bola Tinubu cut fuel subsidies that had been in place since the 1970s and
Now, why he do that?
Abandoned a long-standing currency peg, allowing the naira to trade freely in the market.
So he abandoned their currency and let this other currency just reign supreme. All right. He ain't white. He's Nigerian.
As a result, the local currency has plummeted, driving inflation to more
looking like a Vivek maneuver.
Than 35%. Employees stopped going to work when their annual salary wouldn't even pay for their bus ride home.
Their annually salary. That means for the whole year. So if they got paid their 1 year salary up front, it couldn't pay for their bus ride home That is wild.
Companies began modeling their products to fit the income bracket of consumers by selling in smaller sachets.
Razor Ramon, the Razor's Edge.
Since people couldn't afford larger packages. Over 75% of households in Nigeria live on $3 to $5 per day, which is huge. So, how did Nigeria get here? And how is tech booming in Nigeria despite a weak economy?
Okay, so
this is because
let's figure out, how did that happen? Listen, this is history. I'm not talking. There's a narrator. Okay, this ain't my facts.
In the early 20th century, Nigeria was a key agricultural exporter under British colonial rule. Products like cocoa, palm oil and groundnuts were the backbone of its economy. However, the discovery of oil in the Niger Delta in the 1950s marked a seismic shift in Nigeria's economic trajectory. As global demand for oil surged, Nigeria's vast reserves became a valuable asset. The government and multinational oil companies invested heavily in exploration and extraction, setting the stage for a transformation from an agricultural to an oil-dependent economy.
Okay, so now they're doing a switch. They're going from an agricultural-backed economy to an oil-dependent economy. Two-tone facial, yeah. Hulk Hogan.
The 1970s were a time of prosperity for Nigeria. The oil boom brought immense revenues.
Okay, so this is the good part that's happening for Nigeria. Nigeria's on the up and up. Okay, but look what ended up happening.
Transforming the country almost overnight. Oil exports surged, and Nigeria rapidly became the leading oil producer in Africa.
So this is the good things that was happening. Okay.
Oil became the primary source of revenue. Nigeria's economy grew increasingly dependent on this single commodity.
Okay, so now they stopped doing the cocoa, the nuts, everything else that was the backbone of the country, the agricultural stuff, and they dropped, pretty much they did what you never do. They say never drop all your eggs for one, right? Okay, what they did was literally drop all their eggs for one. They dropped all their eggs for oil. No more agriculture, none of that stuff. We gonna do oil alone. These European nations, they love oil. Let's just do oil. We're gonna put all our eggs in one basket.
Oil exports dominated the nation's trade, and the agricultural sector was neglected.
So they abandoned the agriculture sector.
The focus on oil led to a decline in agricultural production.
You think?
Disrupting traditional livelihoods and reducing the country's economic diversity.
Okay, so that means, so basically, if you're not selling, so look. They made it whereas if you're not selling oil, you ain't making money. This is the citizens in Nigeria. If you ain't selling oil, you ain't making money because nothing else matters. So you can try to go sell peanuts or the cocoa plant or this or that, oranges. Ain't nobody want that. Okay? We're putting all our eggs in a basket of oil. So if you ain't selling oil in this country, you making worse than pennies. You making, those Doja coins. That's 0.000001%.
Nigeria's reliance on oil exposed it to the volatility of global oil markets. The 1980s and 1990s saw dramatic fluctuations in oil prices, leading to economic instability.
Right. So anybody know about stocks? This oil commodity is volatile.
When oil prices fell, Nigeria faced severe recessions, reduced government revenues.
Yeah, can you just think about that? Think about that. Nigeria had placed their economy basically on the stock market, and let's say like the penny stocks. Penny stocks are very volatile. Okay, so they pretty much put their economy on a penny stock. They go up and down, up and down, up, and we're spiking high and dropping low, dipping, spikes and dips. So today, everybody rich. Tomorrow, everybody poor. And then we're poor until Friday, then everybody rich again. Like that, yeah, that's wow. That the economy was based on a penny stock, basically.
And increased debt. The dependency on oil left the economy vulnerable to external shocks and underscored the need for diversification. This black gold has the potential to fuel prosperity and development. However, the immense wealth generated by oil has also been a double-edged sword. Oil became the primary source
It's
of
been a double-edged sword. It can kill, or it can kill the person that's handling it. This is amazing.
However, the immense wealth generated by oil has also been a double-edged sword, fueling a cycle of corruption and mismanagement that has plagued the country's economic and political systems. This is the story of how Nigeria's oil boom led to a crisis of corruption. As oil revenues grew, so did the allure of easy money. Corruption took root in various forms. Embezzlement.
So keep in mind, this is all black Nigerians. Ain't no white man, ain't no boogeyman, ain't no Illuminati, ain't no Bilderbergers, ain't no DuPont family, ain't no Bilderberger, ain't no Burger King, how you want it type families. These are all Nigerians, self-destructing. So that's why I believe some of the hatred and jealousy is because us, when we had black reconstruction, when we was protected by federal government from the crazy ass Southern racists, we flourished. Okay, we flourished. We didn't do this shit right here. We flourished. And then you had Jim Crow, which neutralized what we had going all until the late 60s. And then they pretty much invited all these immigrants to like dilute any further progression. Okay, then he still had laws after that to prevent us. We didn't have free reign. We didn't have free reign like this. This is look. They can be one of the richest countries in the world if they just stop being corrupt with each other. Can you imagine if white people left us alone and aid and gave us that federal protection from the late 1800s all the way to now? Like, come on. Now they're left to themselves, and look what they're doing.
Kickbacks and fraudulent contracts.
Yeah, Fetty, I'm just being real. I'm unbiased. I'm calling it how I see it. I hold FBAs accountable all the time. All right. And nobody say anything when I hold us accountable. Now I'm holding other black people accountable. It's, oh, you're dividing. No, I'm holding you accountable. I'm holding everybody accountable. I hold my pitch has always been accountability. You mess up, hold it, own it. So they're governing themselves. They're the businessmen. They're the bankers. They're the politicians. They are the investors. And out of greed, they are self-collapsing them out of greed.
Became common. The oil sector, controlled by a few elite figures.
Oh, they got their own elitists, their own Illuminati. So the oil sector, controlled by a few elite figures, became a breeding ground for corruption. You can't make this up, yo. They're by themselves. There's no colonizer undermining them. They're by themselves. They have everything to be a powerhouse, a first world country in the near future, and they couldn't stop the corruption amongst themselves. This is crazy.
Became a breeding ground for corruption. State institutions designed to regulate and manage oil wealth were undermined by bribery and mismanagement, leaving the public increasingly disenfranchised.
So they created their own elitist class and pretty much left the public to fend for themselves. Hey, man, eat what you got to eat. Bush meat, mud pies, whatever. Just do you. But that's your problem. I mean, how can you look at your own people? Like, how can you look at your own people and say, y'all just get it how y'all live? Like, you know how we say get out the mud? They are literally left to get it out the mud. And these leaders just act like it's okay. Like, to me, that's probably more hardcore than white supremacy. I ain't never that gotta be more hardcore than white supremacy. Cause that's your own people, and you're saying, screw you, get it out the mud. That's worse white supremacy. It's easy to tell another people that because like there's no really divine connection or no biological connection, there's no psychological connection. But your own people, that's like your distant cousin, and you saying, "Oh well, man, get it out the mud." I'm about to go buy some Gucci. That's crazy, yo. That's worse than white supremacy.
Power corrupts. So too does a resource-rich
Betty, you said the
economy
average IQ of Nigeria is 69.
like Nigeria's, where easy access to oil money has encouraged bribery and mismanagement.
Okay, so now, look at this.
According to the
So
corruption perception,
you know anybody who do clips, they watch the whole thing. And I selected certain parts of the video.
according to the Corruption Perception Index,
What the hell is a corruption perception index? What's on there? United Kingdom, Barbados, United States, 25. Where is what the hell is a corruption? Oh, okay. Where they at? It says 32. They're not 30. South Korea's 32. Where is Nigeria?
Nigeria ranks 32nd from the bottom.
Oh my God. Yeah, I thought they was like near America. So America's 25 on the corruption. Yo, let me look this stuff up. The corruption. Yeah. I want to know who's number one. Go. I want to know who's number one. Wait. Who's number one on the corruption perception index? Let's look this up. What do you want? Okay. He ain't thinking about you. Go. Go and get your cartoon. Okay. So what the hell is the corruption perception index? I want to know who's number one. Okay, all right. Okay. So Denmark is number one, white country. Finland is number two, white country. Look at the scores. New Zealand, ain't that white? Norway, Singapore, ain't that Jamaican? 5, Sweden, 6. All these white countries are leading it. Okay, Australia, now we got Hong Kong. Back to white. Then we got Japan, we got Uruguay. Uruguay's Hispanic, right? Iceland, Australia, France, white. So white people killing it. United Kingdom, white. Barbados, that's Caribbean. United States of America. So we're number 24, right? We're 24 from the top. Where the hell is? Does it say Jamaica on here? Can I do it by name? Okay, so Jamaica's 69. Nigeria's 145. Yeah, that is crazy, yo. What about Haiti? Yo, Haiti got Nigeria beat 172. That's wild. What else? Liberia 145. God damn. Wait, what about Libya? 170. Why the African countries so far in corruption? Who else? Ghana. Okay, that ain't bad. I mean, it's you below 100. That ain't bad. Okay, go that way. Go that way. Okay. What other countries out there? Let's say Somali. 180. Oh my God. Ethiopia 98. That's bad, but not. It's bad. Okay, because we're 25. Ghana was 70. Give me some more countries. What about Eritrea? 161. God damn. This is, you can't make this up. So we got ties. Yeah, we got ties. Liberia and Nigeria are 20. Yeah, we got ties in this. Are you serious? Okay. About Trinidad. 76. Guyana. 87. All right, okay. Down there 100. Who else? We did Canada. 12. Wow. What about China? 76. Okay. Well, I need Russia. They got me last. Oh, 141. Ukraine, 104. Yo, we are sky and so everybody act like America's ability to beat. We Babylon, and we number 25 on the corruption perception index. We're 25, but they all act like America's ability to beat. No. We top 25. We got a 69. We're like a little below. We like a D plus. Who else? Cuba. 76. A failing. 42. That's failing. Ecuador 115. America got a D plus. Shit, one more good thing. We got a C minus. You dig? Oh wow, a corruption perception index. That is hilarious. All right, let's go back. So Nigeria's 145.
In 2014, a respected former central bank governor lost his job after claiming that $20 billion had been stolen.
Yo, my boy did not say $20, 200, 2,000, 20 million, 200 million. My boy said $20 billion had been stolen. $20 billion. What more can I say?
But this is just a small part of the damage caused by corruption. The bigger question is how much better off Nigeria could be if its leaders were more honest. By 2030, the size of Africa's biggest economy should triple in real terms. If Nigeria manages to reduce corruption to levels comparable to Malaysia, itself hardly above suspicion, its economy could...
It's going to repeat it, so just be patient. It's going to loop. So that's good, because teaching is repetitive. I got to do something.
could be some 37% bigger still. Some of this damage is visible. When public cash, most of which comes from oil pumped in the southern Niger Delta, is siphoned off, investment in health, education and roads suffers. But corruption also affects the economy in more insidious ways. According to the Corruption Perception Index, Nigeria ranks 32nd from the bottom. In 2014, a respected former central bank governor public institutions often hire the family and friends of the boss rather than the best candidates. In turn,
you heard that? These guys are hiring their family members to run the country. Unqualified. This is wild. This is some Kemet stuff right here. They're hiring their own relatives to run the country, not the best candidates. So ain't no voting going on in Nigeria. Ain't nobody voting. Ain't nobody campaigning. And y'all talking about the king and queens of England passing it down, royalty blood? Okay.
Public institutions often hire the family and friends of the boss rather than the best candidates. In turn, those institutions become more inefficient and deliver less of what they're meant to, whether it is education or roads. In addition, countries where corruption is high attract less foreign investment. Nigeria's foreign direct investment has been
What the hell? Oh, okay, that's the wrong keypad, my bad. Oops.
falling since 2012. This may in part explain why, despite its oil wealth, there is a rising share of Nigerians classified as below the poverty line. The living standards of Nigerians have dropped, and the share of the global population living below the extreme poverty line in Nigeria has increased to 12%. That's why Nigeria's abundant oil reserves are really a curse. Public institutions often hire the
they call it a curse, but one more time.
Family and friends.
Shit, I didn't mean that. I hate working this iPad without a mouse, man. I hate this shit.
Of the boss rather than the best.
I hate this. So these guys are just corrupting each other and trying to keep the money within families. So how do you get voted out of power?
Public institutions often hire the family and friends of the boss rather than the best candidates.
That's wild. That's wild. That's wild, man. Tell a little wild thing. That's wild thing wild.
Weak state institutions and poor governance in managing vast revenues have prevented the country from realizing its full potential in a textbook example of the resource curse.
They call it the resource curse. I gotta look that up. What the hell's the resource curse? He said textbook. That means that this is a book. Resource curse. The hell is that? Oh, it's a real thing. The resource curse, also known as the paradox of plenty or the poverty paradox, is the hypothesis that countries with an abundance of natural resources, such as fossil fuels and certain minerals, have lower economic growth, lower rates of democracy, or poor development outcomes than countries with fewer natural resources. So, okay, there we go. Y'all brag about these countries and continents having all these natural resources, and they saying they suffer. The people with the natural resources, they suffer the worst with resource curse. There are many theories and much academic debate about the reasons for and exceptions to the adverse outcomes. Most experts believe the resource curse is not universal or inevitable, but affects certain types of countries or regions under certain conditions. As of at least 2024, there is no academic consensus on the effect of resource abundance on economic development. So the jury's still out. Okay.
Subject of extensive research, the resource curse, or paradox of plenty, describes an inverse relationship where wealth brings detrimental impacts. Nigeria, the largest oil producer in Africa, the 6th largest global exporter, and holder of the 10th largest proven oil reserves in the world, is arguably such a cursed nation. Dependent on their natural resource exports, these countries have, on average, lower growth rates, lower levels of human development, and more inequality and poverty. They also tend to have worse institutions and more conflict than resource-poor economies. The resource curse happens mainly due to poor political governance and weak institutions.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Okay, let's yeah, one thing I'm not gonna do is apologize for the truth. I'm not gonna do. I ain't gonna start now. The truth is the truth. Show me something on the contrary, and we'll talk about it. I'm not going to shame the truth and big up a lie.
Nations like Nigeria, Venezuela, Angola, and the DRC have seen their economies and livelihoods suffer. However, some countries like Norway, Canada, and Botswana have avoided the curse through strong state management and institutions that resist corruption.
You gotta resist.
This is crucial.
You gotta resist corruption.
The resource curse.
Hey, yeah, remember what that was called? That was called the Corruption Perspective Index, right? So we got to talk about that later, because I guarantee most folks never heard of it.
It's closely linked to corruption.
You're gonna say, yo, where your country at on the Corruption Perspective? Is that what it's called? Corruption Perspective Index. All right. Where's your country at on the Corruption Perception Index? What's that? Oh, never mind.
A global problem that is the biggest obstacle to economic and social development, especially in less developed countries. Worldwide, an estimated $2 trillion is lost to corruption annually. This amount could eradicate poverty, educate all the world's children, cure malaria, and bridge the global infrastructure gap. Nigeria's economic troubles have also led to a sharp rise in crime. The poor economy has fueled the violence that affects much of the country.
Yo, they ain't got no aim. They throwing rocks at the crowd, and nobody from the crowd is ducking or getting out the way. Their aim is bad.
With more people being killed by jihadists, kidnappers, bandits, or the army.
Damn, army doing it?
Nigeria's economic issues started before the pandemic. GDP per person has
Can't blame the pandemic.
Fallen every year since 2015, when oil prices dropped. However, when oil prices surge, amazing things can happen.
So in a second, after I play these videos about why Nigeria can't get it right. I'm a critique. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a new live where I'm critiquing Brother Reggie's debate with an FBA. Okay, because I want his name in the title.
In Saudi Arabia, a futuristic city is
Now you know what? I don't need that. I'll just do it. I'll do it next. I'll critique Brother Reggie. I'll just change my title.
planned, complete with an artificial moon made of drones. Angola's long-struggling currency.
What? An artificial moon made of drones? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Things can happen. In Saudi Arabia, a futuristic city is planned, complete with an artificial moon made of drones.
Wow, they got an artificial moon. I want to see that. I want to see that. Oh boy. Or is something in the making? Oh my God, what the fuck we doing, man? Oh, oh, I'm wilding. I'm looking for the banana moon. I'm wilding. I'm looking for the banana moon, yo. I'm looking for the banana moon. I guess, okay, whatever.
Angola's long-struggling currency has recently become one of the strongest performers against the US dollar. But Nigeria hasn't seen such benefits. Its economic performance has been mostly flat or negative. The main reason Nigeria has benefited so little from high oil prices is that production has dropped to 1.13 million barrels per day, the lowest in over 50 years. This decline is one reason the oil industry has dragged down overall economic growth. Output has been slowly decreasing since 2005 and has plunged this year. Angola's output recently.
Let me let this dog out. Hold on. All right.
Surpassed Nigeria's. One reason for the falling output is that the state oil company is so short of cash after paying for petrol subsidies that it struggles to cover the production costs for pumping crude oil. Another issue is that a lot of oil is never counted as part of Nigeria's output because it has been stolen.
Look at this. Yo, their main source of money is oil. They dropped everything else. They dropped the agriculture. That was the former backbone of the country. They dropped it completely for oil. And now, of course, they're going to steal it, because when you put all your eggs in one basket and you say, hey, we're going to ride this oil to the sun, to the cows come home, right? To the sun go up. When you do that, that means that, as I said earlier, that means that you're not making money in that country unless you're handling oil. So it's like, well, oil don't grow on trees, right? So they got to get it from somewhere. So they're tapping in the oil line, the pipelines, and they're stealing it to sell it, to undermine the country. So their own people are undermining the country, and they got the nerve to look at FBAs and say something about us. Like, yo, y'all ain't rich, literally, because of y'all. We ain't rich because of us. You dig? We ain't rich because of lack of resources. That's done purposely. Like, we're purposely being blocked out of things just based off our skin color and our ethnicity. You guys are not. You supposed to be a first world country. You're not a first, or at least a second world, some shit. You're not rich because you're undermining yourselves. There's no white man you can blame. But you want to look overseas to the Western Hemisphere and blame us and call us names and have stereotypes about us when we can now say, yo, y'all are the fucking worst. Y'all stealing from the rich. Y'all ain't Robin Hood because y'all stealing from the rich and y'all giving it to your ops.
Vary, but thieves are taking around
For the low, just give me 150 up front and give me the rest on the back end. No polite.
108,000 barrels a day, which is about 5% to 20% of production.
Yo, they're stealing 108,000 barrels of oil per day. That's wild, yo.
One way to steal is to overload legitimate shipments with more oil than is declared. Another is to break into pipelines and siphon oil off, then cook it up in bush refineries before selling. Plenty of stolen crude goes straight into the international market.
Selling to the ops. That's wild. And you know these large companies like, yeah, come bring that here, man. We're gonna sidestep Nigeria. The hell y'all talking about? Y'all keep bringing us the goods.
Small boats navigate the delta's canals, filling up from illegally tapped pipelines and then deliver it to offshore tankers or floating oil platforms.
They're literally not rich because they're stealing from each other to help the foreign nations become richer. Because they're getting the price for the low. They're getting it upfront. You're getting it upfront free, right? And you're giving them the goods and you're hoping for a larger back end sum. No polite. This is wild. They're self-sabotaging them.
Although oil makes up about 9% of Nigeria's GDP, it accounts for 80% of export earnings and around half of government revenues. The long slump in oil prices, from over $100 a barrel in 2014 to less than half that for most of last year, has squeezed the supply of foreign exchange. Normally, economies would adjust by letting their exchange rates fall, which makes imports more expensive and can lead to short-term inflation. However, this usually helps boost exports by making them more competitive, but that hasn't worked for Nigeria. Sustained growth in exports needs more than just opening borders. Many businesses struggle because they are bogged down by red tape and government failures. Government is the biggest problem for business in Nigeria. Electricity blackouts are frustratingly common, roads are often in poor condition, and ports are congested.
All right.
Although
this last click right here. What do you want? Okay, go.
With over 40% of Nigerians living on less than $1.90 a day.
Okay. 40% of Nigerians are living off $2 a day. And y'all got the nerve to thumb y'all nose up to FBAs. This is sad, man. Where's the hatred coming from? And he's talking about division. Everybody blame FBAs for division. That's wild. That's wild. And that's why we must, okay, since y'all blaming us for the division, anyway, that's like your girl. Or even if you're a woman, that's like your man. Keep blaming you for cheating, and they're convinced you're cheating, and you know you're not. But they're treating you like shit because they're under the impression you cheated. At some point, the suspect who's actually innocent, the man or the woman, they're like, well, shit, I might just go ahead and cheat because I didn't cheat. There's nothing I can say to make you believe I didn't cheat, and you're treating me as I did cheat, and you won't treat me fairly. Okay, let me just do the crime. Let me just do the crime. I'm getting blamed for it anyway. $2 a day. And y'all got the nerve to thumb y'all nose up to the wealthiest, collectively, the wealthiest black people in all of the world. The most educated black people overall the world. That is that's some balls right there.
inflation at 35%, and population growth outpacing GDP growth, the real market is
So population growth, because y'all all up on that, we must multiply. Stop. You cannot know. Multiplying ain't always good. And only I think only black people really believe that stupid shit. Where we believe numbers. No, man. So the population growth is outpacing GDP growth. What that mean? Ain't gonna be no jobs. You already make $2 a day. Now you're gonna make 30 cents a day.
limited. With over 40% of Nigerians living on less than $1.90
So it's let me
a day, inflation at 35%,
that's crazy. 35%.
and population growth outpacing GDP growth, the real market is limited.
Yo, they're in their own way, but they're blaming FBAs. Okay. So anyway, let me let the dog in. Let me play this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let the dog in.
Action. Halal, I get you back up, Mario. Halal, what's up, brother?
Yes, hi. Tariq, I'm from Ethiopia. You constantly talk about this tether class, but I wanna say when we come to America, we don't come to make friends with you folks. We come there to compete. And what's wrong with competing, getting better jobs, taking your jobs? There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we are
What
educated
jobs? What
Africans.
jobs? What
We
jobs? What jobs?
high skilled jobs are the jobs we're taking. Black Americans
Like
usually
what? Like what?
don't.
Like what?
Black.
Slow down. Slow down, Hilal. What high skill jobs are you taking?
Okay.
All right.
A lot of
That was a commercial. MC Fact, Nigeria doesn't even control its own economy. That's wild, bro. These guys are stealing from themselves. They're the reason why they're not successful. That's wild. All right. So I'm gonna end that and go into the debate with Brother Reggie. But let me play this first as a reminder.
Do you feel British or Jamaican? I feel British. I was there from a child. I went to school there. I went to colleges in the UK, and I'm just here.
Do you feel British or Jamaican?
I feel British.
Do you feel British or Jamaican?
I feel British.
Do you feel British or Jamaican? He's asking a Jamaican man, do you feel British or Jamaican? And the dude said, I feel British. And we're supposed to align ourselves with this shit.
I was there from a child. I went to school there. I went to colleges in the UK, and I'm just here.
No, you're not just there. You got caught robbing somebody. Okay? And you got locked up and deported. Look what it says. Deported to Jamaica. I was panicking, crying. But damn, what is Jamaica really like? Because when you're around Jamaicans, they hold their flag and act like this is a great country. They tell you about the beaches, your fruits is everywhere and berries, and you could eat all this stuff, sea moss. But they tell you this glorious Wakanda story while they're in America talking to you. It's like, yo, you gotta come visit. No, thank you. Because if it's that great and you over here working in a warehouse, I'm good. Ain't like you over here as a scientist or, a high tech job, dude. You are here unloading trucks for Walmart. So Jamaica can't be that great. I'm good. No, thank you. I'll stay unloading trucks with you. We'll just unload trucks together.
Do you feel British or Jamaican?
I feel British.
So he feels British over Jamaican. All right. So what I wanted to do right now was this. Oh boy, I feel British. So I played earlier that Michael Blackson invested in Ghana and lost his money. His own country scammed him out of $1 million. That shit, wow. All right. Oh, so let me do this. Because now I'm gonna go into Brother Reggie's debate with a FBA dude, Mike Larry. I think his name Mike Larry. And I want to know what is Brother Reggie's complaint about FBAs and what is his argument against it? Because so let me do this. I can't figure like he because now I'm gonna go into brother Reggie's debate with a he's not making it clear of his angle. Okay, so let me do this first. This is the debate. Okay. This is the debate. So we have 56 minutes. Let me skip here just for a thumbnail.
So you want to tell me these people that was here before us, and
they okay. This is just for a thumbnail. All right, I'm gonna switch it to brother Reggie debates Mike Larry. Just give me a second. FBA versus RBG. This is gonna be part 2. Just give me a second. I just want a thumbnail because we're gonna end the night on this. Even though I got other stuff to talk about, I really want to know brother Reggie angle, and I cannot figure this thing out for nothing. And he just talking or just arguing, just be arguing. It seems like. So you guys could watch it with me, and we could try to understand what is his problem with FBA, and what is his arguments. Okay, that's what we want to know. We want to know. How do you do this? Okay. Oh. Mike Larry. I'm just getting their names right. Brother Reggie. All right, I want y'all to help me understand Reggie's arguments. Okay. Shoot. Okay. All right. So I got the thumbnail. Bear with me. Almost done. Okay, so that is done. That is done. Okay, so let's go back to unbiased sport. Let's go back here. And before I go to bed, which is gonna be very soon, let's figure out what is his complaint against FBA. Let's see if we can figure it out. Because I heard him talk a lot about it, but I don't understand like what he's trying to prove. So I'm gonna go to the 56-minute mark. So we're gonna find out together, and we're gonna see if he has legitimate arguments that needs to be addressed. Okay. There we go. Let's see how it's looking. It's looking good. Okay, cool. Now, let's get into it. What his Brother Reggie's issue.
The ones that actually, there's two groups of people, the Bering Strait peoples and the Oceanic people. The Oceanic people found themselves largely in South America, right? Now, if you want to call them foundational Black Americans, they're not in the United States. Those groups were not in the United States. Now, going back to your false thinking of the Cherokees are the Mongoloid groups of people, and the 5 civilized tribes. What they did was, when the Africans got to the New World, and then they began to escape from the colonial plantations, they found themselves with the Native Americans. But the Native Americans, those Mongoloids, didn't want to mix their lineage, so they basically enslaved the African Americans. And so those groups, and so that, yes, there are mixed Native Americans and Africans, but that's because of the exploitation of the Africans that got here. So the bulk of the Africans that got here was from the Atlantic slave trade, right? Any of those other groups are a minority of, yes, humans that are dark skinned, but they don't share the Black culture in the United States.
But hold on. So what other culture? So what culture that has the same Black American culture that's the old Oceanic people or the other people that you're talking about? Name the country outside from back then that they share the DNA that we have. I don't mean
that's the problem.
I'm talking about culturally. If we talking culture,
no, you're talking DNA. You're talking DNA or culture.
We talking. I just said culture.
You can have the DNA. You said DNA.
I said the DNA, but I specifically said, well, the culture, because that's pretty much different. We all have the same DNA. Culturally, where's this significance? I mean, the similarity. Now,
yeah, okay. So I'm going to explain again, right? That those Oceanic Africans, most likely, they were the Olmec people. Those Olmec people are not African Americans, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans. They're in South America.
Continue.
Okay, so the problem is that the FBA, as I said, is an oversimplification of history. Nobody in the FBA, to me, got any real college, right? Any academic training. It's a group of people who basically, right, find themselves connected with 3 words: foundational Black American, right? And what they do is that they string these 3 words together, right? And they create a group that is not in.
Break down what you break down. You see, the reason why I'm letting you say all of this stuff and use all your scholarly words, all your scholarly everything. To be honest, I'm gonna simplify. I'm gonna let you run all.
Okay.
Microphone check. Microphone check. Check. Check.
Break down. See, the reason why I'm letting you say all of this stuff.
I took the headset off.
Scholarly words, all your scholarly everything. To be honest, I'm gonna simplify. I'm gonna let you run all. Okay.
Microphone check. Microphone check. 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 I don't like it.
I'm a run.
Because I know how long you're gonna talk. Let me just get this out, and you can talk for 10,000 minutes. I'm just saying everything that you're saying, it holds not a drop of water out this glass, because we are talking culturally. Culturally,
I explained that.
Different people. I asked you to name the people that you're talking about. These Oceanic people, all of these people that you're naming. Show me the similarities in culture today. Stop going back. We're not going back.
Baby, that's the point. We don't have similarity with those people.
So what are you actually trying to say instead of going to all this? In layman's term, make it simple to plain that a 10-year-old understand. That's what I'm saying. Get to the point.
I'm saying that those people in South America, right? Those blacks that were largely in South America are Asiatic black people or oceanic black people. They have no similarity at all with us. So
we know that Africans
okay,
don't
great.
either. Jamaicans don't either. Hispanics
Wait.
don't
No,
either.
no,
White
stop,
people
stop.
don't either.
No,
What are
stop.
you saying?
Stop. So now,
Okay, go.
let me break down foundational Black American.
Here we go. You
Okay.
You cannot define. Oh no, excuse me. You can't break down because you feel what you think it is. That's not true. Your definition doesn't hold a drop of water out of my glass.
Okay.
It don't.
Your metaphor of your glass, right?
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay, cool. Meaning it don't hold.
Fly, right?
Look,
but let me
what
break down.
Holds no weight. Who is these people right here?
That's your metaphor.
Who is this? Who is these people? Because you know they used to call this Mississippi at one point, right? I used to speak about that stuff too, way back in the day. Do y'all remember these people, right? These are the people that the Chickasaw, before they called it the Chickasaw people.
Okay.
They were here before the Europeans, right? Did they, or were they here? Or they were? Hold on, no. I want you to answer a question. Don't give me a theory and a monologue. Were these people here before Christopher Columbus and slavery? Yes or no?
Yes, they were, but they not.
Oh, right. So that means. So what that means? So they totally disappeared off this planet, Reggie.
So now watch this.
Totally disappeared off this planet. I got the book.
Mike Larry, you done messed up now. Because now you showed me some brown people. Now you done showed me some brown people, right? So, okay, everybody, let's accept Mike Larry, for example. Those people that he showed.
He's live on his channel too,
Put
y'all.
it up again.
I just want y'all to know he's live on his channel. So he's not speaking to y'all. He's speaking to his people that's on.
All right, so I'm not really interested in the Native American. I want to know what you have about FBA's, the actual black people from Africa. So let me get to that. I'm not really into this other stuff they're doing.
They are our FBA. We are not saying that.
Foundational.
We are not saying that.
Americans, no, because you don't know your history.
No,
so now let me stop sharing my screen.
Don't say insults, Mike. You cannot force your own definition on the people that already. Let me. No, look, I'm gonna put you on mute because you ain't even let me. I got no problem with putting your ass on mute. Hold on, real quick. You are putting a definition on the people that already define themselves. You are forcing that bullshit ass narrative that you want to show. That shit. We never said that. Ask anybody what FBA means. It's descendants of freedmen. Are you special or you on some COINTELPRO shit because you already know the definition, but you want to push more on it? We're not talking about that. We're talking about the people that was freed from slavery. We're talking about those people. Those the people. So all that homosexual shit that you were just showing only makes me think that's something that you like looking at, because we never defined that, not one iota. Past 2 years, this has been a thing of FBA. Who the hell talked about some shit like that but you? You push the narrative. That's COINTELPRO to me. That's COINTELPRO. But we gonna get to the you conscious community niggas. No, I'm not even gonna go that deep. We gonna get into the Pan-African shit. We gonna go there. So go ahead, cause I got something coming for your ass too. But let's go. Let's get it. It's on you. I'm shutting up. I'm done.
All right, you get all emotional ripped up. Those are foundational brown black Americans. They are. Now, if you want the technical definition of the foundational black Americans from what you think you believe, right? Oh. I can see you want to interrupt me.
No, go ahead, talk. I'm sorry. Go. My bad.
Right.
Go ahead.
So now I'm telling you who the foundational brown Black Americans really are. Now, this word that you call foundational Black America, what is the technical? You won't let me talk. You're scared.
Scared of what?
You're scared. You won't let me talk.
You said a foundation in Black America. It's American with the N at the end. Foundational Black American. Why don't you define what foundational means? What does foundation means? Since you want to ask me what lineage mean.
Okay, the problem, Mike Larry, is no. Now it's this guy, and I'm your friend, and I don't need to call you. I don't need to call you any names because I respect you. But foundational suggests a basic or essential element, while Black refers to race and American denotes nationality, right? Foundational suggests a basic or essential element, a beginning. Black refers to a race.
All right. Oh. Hold on. Okay. So
people say you're playing with semantics like this. Like his argument is the connotation of semantics in that regard. He's playing with semantics. He's focused on foundational Black Americans. So he's going to disregard freedmen. He's going to disregard ADOS. It's like, dude, they're to some of us, they're interchangeable. Some people stick with ADOS. Some people stick with freedmen. Some people stick with FBA, right? But some of us believe they're all interchangeable, and they all serve different purposes. That's what a lot of us are standing with, and I'm a proponent of that, and I'm personally pushing ADOS, FBA, freedmen. That's the Black American. You want to say freedmen, you want to say ADOS, you want to say FBA, we're still talking about the same people, which is formerly known as African Americans, or currently known. We're trying to make it formerly known as African Americans. So like he's really pushing a weak argument because he's trying to stay on FBA. It's like, dude, ADOS and freedmen, it's the same group of people, but whatever. And like again, like we're choosing a more fitting term to describe who are known as Black or African Americans today, because we believe that term is too inclusive. All right. We want something as exclusive as Jamaican, Trinidad and Tobago, Dominican and Republic, Mexican, Russian, Ukrainian, Palestinian, Israeli, Israelian, Egyptian. We want something to identify us, this ethnogenesis people in America, Black. We want something to identify us as exclusive as those terms. Nigerians, Liberians, what's the difference between those two? Nigerians, Somalis, what's the difference between those two? Nigerians, Ghanaians, and Grenadians, what's the difference between those three? You see, those are exclusive terms for each one. We want an exclusive term for us. So Brother Reggie knows that, but he's trying to get into like a word game debate with old boy, just try to confuse him and look great in front of his own people. All right, whatever.
And America denotes nationality. So basically what happened is strung these three words together, right? And then with that, there's unintended interpretations. Unintended. For example, right? Butterfly has nothing to do with butter or flying. Foundational Black America could be misinterpreted. It might suggest that only certain Black Americans are foundational to this country, which is not the case historically or culturally.
What?
Right?
What's the name of the site? What's the name of that? The tether.com? Tether Pro.
You won't let me speak.
And everything is that
oversimplification, like eggplant, which is either neither an egg or a plant, right? Foundational Black America oversimplifies the complex history and diverse experiences of Black people in America.
Reggie.
Right? Wait. Okay, you can Reggie me all you want. I'll let you talk. Go ahead, talk.
Go ahead, Reggie. Nope, I want you to finish that bullshit. Please, go ahead. Go. I'm sorry.
Historical inaccuracy. Similar to how pineapple is neither related to pine nor apple, foundational Black America doesn't accurately reflect the historical reality of Black presence in America, which predates the formal establishment of the United States, right? By attempting to create a distinct category within Black American community, the term foundational Black America falls into the same trap as other misleading compound words, potentially causing confusion and that division rather than clarity. So if we go to the official FBA website, right?
Whose site is that? But who? But you can read it. But whose site is it? Whose site? That's not
the sheet site.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a site.
Okay, go.
That's a site.
Go.
So when we go to that site, all I need to do is show you how. No, not share video.
Share it because.
Okay, so I heard enough. So this is where he's being disingenuous. So this is even though Chief X is my boy, this is their problems. Okay, they keep bringing up Tariq Nasheed when they're debating an FBA topic. All right, they bring up, Tariq Nasheed website is personal, just like I can make a FBA website. MC Fat can make a FBA website. Bro.Reggie can, the Watcher can. We all can make a personal website about FBA and our own personal flag and our own personal wants and beliefs. We all can do that. That ain't the official website for FBAs because FBAs don't have a leader. Just like African Americans don't really have a singular leader. There's leaders for African Americans. NAACP, the Black Caucus, this, that. You at one point you had BLM. Okay? Will the real leaders stand up? What are you talking about? Who's the leader of white Americans? You can't say Trump because Democrats don't rock with him. And you can't say Biden because Republicans ain't respect him. So stop it. Like, these are semantical, weird things that he's doing on a so-called debate. Now, he just said butterfly isn't. Now, this is where I would have got him. He said butterfly. It isn't butter and it isn't a fly. So therefore what? So therefore what? It's not a thing? Okay, what do you want? Okay. Here, okay, go back. You supposed to be in bed. Here. Okay. You ain't about to. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. Okay, so he just said butterfly. It isn't butter or a fly. And I don't even know his point after that. Let me see. Let's go back. Let's be fair. So we have 109.39. Okay, I don't want to lose my point. So we're at 109.39. So let's be fair. Let's go back to butterfly, right? Oh, you can't. Shit. All right, so I'm gonna say about right here.
You asked them if I'm silly. So you won't go to those scholars and Americans. No,
your own definition real quick. Themselves. Anybody that was just narrative. That's called you pan out.
Now, if you want the technical definition, you believe.
Go ahead, talk. I'm sorry. Go.
I'm telling you who the foundation that you call foundational Black America.
Scared of what?
You're scared.
At the end. Foundational Black America.
You want to ask me refers to race, and basically what happened is there's unintended interpretations. America could be misinterpreted. It might suggest that only certain Black Americans are foundational to this country, which is not the case historically or culturally.
What?
Right?
What's the name of the site? What's the name of that? The tether.com?
Yeah, that was funny.
Tether Cointel Pro.
You won't let me speak.
Okay, now he asked Brother Reggie to source up. That might be Brother Reggie's Yeah, now, like I said, he's being very disingenuous. Okay, he just asked him, "What's the website? Is that tether.com?" And let's see if he tell him the website, because now he knows better. If you're a scholar, then go ahead and cite your source, scholar.
And it's got
oversimplification.
So he just keeps reading. He asked for a source and he just keeps reading. So we're led to believe this is Brother Reggie's Facebook post.
Like eggplant, which is either neither an egg or a plant.
Got it. Right? Now, okay, let's go back, because I want to understand this dude.
The name of that?
Or found interpretations. Unintended. 3 words together, right? So basically what happened is you strung these 3 words together.
Okay, so you strung 3 words together. I'm following now.
Right? And then with that, there's unintended interpretations.
Okay. I don't know what the hell you just said, but I think you meant to say unintended interpretations. Okay, so let me do this. Shit. Damn, I gotta do it from here, man. Whoa, boy. All right, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this, my boy. Let me do this. Okay. I got to do this. I know it's late, but it's just might be a late night for me. But I'm gonna try to get through this. I'm gonna try to get through this. Yo, do Charleston White even get views? Because he does a lot of like goofy stuff. And I wonder if he's even like, is it worth it? Yo, do Charleston White? Okay, so I want to know if it's worth. I want to know if the buffoonery is worth it. So, Mike, MC Facts said, I like native or indigenous FBA. Okay. All right. So that's the link. I know it's late, but I want to give, this is for anybody. And I'm not debating because it's too late. So if somebody want to express their self, go ahead. I might say something back, but I ain't going back and forth. It's too late. I don't want to be up here hooping and hollering at 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you got something to say, this is your best time to catch me slipping, because I am not debating right now. It's too late in the day. And keep it on the topic. Don't be talking about evolution, Margaret Sanger, or that stupid shit. Keep it on the topic. Okay. I don't want to know about Obama. You guys be saying he killed so many people. He killed 300,000, whatever. All that stuff. That's for a different time. Okay, so that's the link. That's the phone number. That's the access code. Again, this is the only time you're gonna catch me slipping. Well, this is the best time to catch me slipping. Cause like I said, I'm drained out. I got coffee in my hand. You dig? And I got no energy to be going back and forth with y'all. I'm like Duvall. I got no energy to be going back and forth with y'all Negroes tonight. So whatever you're gonna say, you can say it now without too much. I'll give a little pushback, but I won't be all in like I normally would be. Okay, so I just want to see Charleston White. I just want to see this guy. I want to see what views he bring in, because he does a lot of buffoonery. I hope it's just worth it. Okay, all right. I mean, yeah, I get it. I guess it is. 347,000? 1 million? Okay. 4K, that's not good. 4K, that's not good. How old is this? Is this real? Oh, that's not it. This is 10 days ago. All right, if these numbers are real, then it's worth it. But it doesn't translate to other channels. Okay, so 9,000, 4,000. He might be worth the book. Worth the only to book him. Shit, y'all donate. I might book this fool. Okay, see, we got 1.4, but these might be stolen videos. 1.4. Look at this shit. And okay, all right, I'm gonna fall back. Okay, I'm gonna fall back a little bit. God damn. Okay, let me just make sure these views are. Stop the damn video. I'm pressing pause. Look at this shit. Okay, well, so this got where did 760,000 views. That's good. I ain't gonna cap. That's good. That's great. I'm pressing pause it. They gonna play the video. Look, I'm trying to scroll down. Slow ass computer. Stop.
Oh man, here we go. Where
Okay, so this is 347,000 views in 15 hours. That's great. That's great. That's great. Okay, so the buffoonery is worth it. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure the buffoonery was worth it, and it looks like it's paying off. Those are great numbers. Okay, all right. So I take 1 million 10 days. That's great. I'm sorry, that's great. No wonder Say Cheese keep bringing them back. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I am a YouTuber. I know great views. 1.2 in 2 months. That's great. Academics ain't doing that. I can name the biggest podcasts in the world. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. Okay, shit. He might as well make this the Charleston White show, and then he'll be competing with Kai Sit and those guys. This guy got 1.2 and 800,000 in like 2 days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I take that back. Okay, so the buffoonery is worth it. I give him a pass. I give him a pass because he translated into real numbers. He's doing better than all these guys out here. CT's with those numbers of Charles White, he's doing better than all. There's only like a few podcasts I can hang with him. Uh, like um, like he's even kind of doing better than Shay Shay with that. Joe Rogan is doing those numbers. There's only a few podcasts that are doing 347,000 per video. There's like very, very few. I'll be checking. I'll be pocket watching. So I know. All right. So anyway, let's get back to this debate. So he said there are three. Say it again.
And then with that, they strung these three words together, right? And then with that, there's unintended interpretations.
I don't know what that is.
Interpretations.
There you go. I know what that is.
Unintended. For example, right? Butterfly has nothing to do with butter or flying.
Okay. Please make a great point why you said that. Please don't move on. He just said butter. He said butterfly is not butter and has nothing to do with flying. Okay, dude. Please go. Don't drop that and go to baseball or football or please make that make sense.
Foundational Black America.
He left it there. See, and that's what I don't respect. Okay, dude, butterfly is not butter, is not a fly, and it doesn't fly. Okay, but when you see it, it has a name to butterfly, and it's unique. And now we can identify it different from butter and flies and every other insect in the world. So the name made its point. The name came together, compound word came together. It combined two words that don't necessarily make up the characteristics of this bug, but it has a unique name because that name is not, those two words don't go together for nothing else. So these two words came together to identify this one thing. And by doing that, when you say butterfly, you think it is one thing. That's what we want. So you could break down FBA and ADOS and go to etymology. We don't care. As long as you say it and you only think of us, mission accomplished. That's why I don't get the point here. They trying to be all technical. A butterfly is not a butter, it's not a fly, so therefore it doesn't exist. It's confusing. No, it's confusing to you. The world that speaks English know what a butterfly is, dude. We ain't confused. When you say, hey, I got a butterfly in my garage, we know exactly what bug is in there in the garage.
could be misinterpreted.
No, it can't.
It might suggest that only certain Black Americans are foundational to this country, which is not the case historically or culturally.
Okay, dude. Well, when anybody a marine biologist, when they name something for the first time, yeah, the American public it won't get it. Like, okay, what the hell is that? I never see that before. Interesting. But after a while, if it keep being shown, the name you're gonna stick and then you're gonna acknowledge the thing with the name. It's okay, dude. It's okay. Come. The Eritreans, right? When I first heard Eritrean, I'm like, what the hell is that? That's an Ethiopian. Okay. I mean, at this point, it's just getting goofy. When I first seen that, when I first heard the name Eritrean, I was like, what is that? What about the Soviet Union? Now it's back to Russia, USSR. Like, that's confusing. But that didn't discourage these things from happening. Russia, Soviet Union, back to Russia. What about Swaziland? That's now called Botswana. Like, dude, like, listen, man. These points are goofy. Here. Wait. Okay, turn it down. Go. Go. Hey, yo, can y'all admit these points are goofy?
What?
Right?
What's the name of the site? What's the name of that? The tether.com?
Now, Brother Reggie never told him the site so far. And that's disingenuous. Just give him the website. Because it looks like it might be your Facebook post to the conscious community or your community post on YouTube.
Tether
Okay.
Pro.
You won't let me speak.
And everything is got
Yeah, he is funny. She said, he's fun. He gave it some Fed type website.
Brother Reggie knows this dude doesn't know the conscious community rules. You got to source up or shut up. And the fact that he's not sourcing up is telling. Okay, he's playing chess with him, and the guy don't even know he's playing chess.
Simplification, like eggplant, which is either neither an egg or a plant, right? Foundational Black America oversimplifies the complex history and diverse experiences of Black people in America.
Reggie.
Right? Wait. Okay, you can Reggie me all you want. I'll let you talk. Go ahead, talk.
Go ahead, Reggie. No, I want you to finish that bullshit. Please, go ahead. Go. I'm sorry.
Historical inaccuracy. Similar to how pineapple is neither related to pine nor apple, foundational Black America doesn't accurately reflect the historical reality of Black presence in America, which predates the formal establishment of the United States, right? By attempting to create a
Brother Reggie, listen, maybe you can make sense of this better, but so far this point doesn't sound strong, bro. I'm trying to be nice to say the most pleasant words. But this argument, bro, I don't believe it's strong. So a pineapple isn't a pine, it isn't an apple. But if I hold it up to Americans and say, hey, like to a bunch of fifth graders, third graders, hey, what is this? When I count three, everybody give me the name. 1, 2, 3. The entire auditorium is going to say pineapple, Brother Reggie. Even though it's neither pine or an apple, all of Americans are going to say that's a pineapple. All we want all Americans to do is look at us and say, that is an FBA, or that is an ADOS, or that is a Freedman. That's all we want. We don't care about the pineapple, is it pine or apple, but it's something. Okay, and it just combines two names. Dude, that is kind of making our point, actually. Like that pineapple analogy, the butterfly, that's kind of making our point. It's just a name. It ain't pine, ain't apple. So what? Pineapple, that's the name we're gonna call this thing, this fruit. Any arguments? No. Okay. Well,
The term foundational Black America falls into the same trap as other misleading compound words, potentially causing confusion and that division.
Yo, my man said calling this fruit a pineapple, calling this insect a butterfly, that's causing division amongst fruits and insects. This dude is all right, brother Reggie. Stop. Stop. At this point, stop, bro. Stop. That's
Rather than
crazy.
clarity. So
That's
if
crazy.
you go to the official
That's crazy.
FBA website, right?
Whose site is that?
Okay, so here we go. So now he never named his site, but then he gonna give the brother a site to stand on. While brother Reggie didn't list his site that he's gonna stand on, he just said some random stuff in the air, like I said, probably coming from his own Facebook wall. He just read it as though it's the authority or something, and then he's gonna pin Tariq Nasheed website to his brother, and that's the chief facts for brother Reggie. Y'all can't keep doing it. Just because somebody said FBA, ADOS, or especially FBA, because ADOS got a mission statement, and ADOS has a founder. Friedman, I don't know much about. You got to call Laura Alba and ask him. But FBA, there's no leader, there's no person to say, hey, this is that. It's a democracy with us. We vote on it. We vote on it in our own essence. And then we agree to it or not. And then you'll see some folks got the Tariq Nasheed flag, and people like me don't have it. I got the American flag. You see? If you want that flag, go get it. If you don't want it, it's okay. It's still FBA. If Tariq Nasheed got a national anthem or national prayer, that's fine. But like he says, he's not the leader. That's just what he wants to do. And those people have the right to, some FBAs have the right to sing his national anthem if he had one, or his prayer, national prayer. That's fine. Just like America has things like Christmas, and okay. And if you don't do it, doesn't make you if you're American citizen, naturally, right? And you don't want to celebrate Christmas, that doesn't make you less American than the person who celebrates it. So bring up Tariq website, that doesn't make you not less FBA than Tariq Nasheed. It's just weird. Like it's like yo, just debate the topic FBA. Like the dude ain't come there to debate Tariq. It's like True Savior ain't come there to debate for Tariq. They're defending what FBA is supposed to be about. That's it. And brother Reggie's don't like to just argue or debate what FBA is supposed to be about and what it's replacing.
But you can read it, but whose site is it? Whose site?
That's the Nasheed site.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his site.
Okay,
that's his site. So when we go to that site, all I need to do is show you how. No, not share video, right?
Yeah, share it because I read it. I read it the last time.
How confused people are about the foundational Black Americans.
Yeah.
These groups of people right here are acculturated Blacks, primarily after slavery, right?
Read it, man.
Wait. I'm going to read the history. You see these people with bow ties? These are not foundational Black Americans.
Okay.
These are Black folks that in America, whether in the North or in the South, seem to have been free.
Wait, what? I'm thinking about say these are Haitians. Like, wait, what?
Whether in the North or in the South, seem to have been free.
That's Friedman. That's ADOS. And we call them FBA. Yo, brother Reggie, can you come over here and let's have the same conversation? But I don't want you preaching and reading long. We're gonna have 40-second increments where we ain't gonna be talking reading stuff for 3 hours. We're gonna just talk 30 seconds, stop. 30 seconds or 40 seconds, stop. We ain't gonna do this long reading stuff because I need to ask, like, wait, so those guys with the bow tie, I'm thinking he about to say, yo, these are not FBA, these are Nation of Islam, these are Haitians. This guy said these are freed slaves. Are you serious? We call them FBA, ADOS, freedmen. These are the craziest points. That's why I'm like, yo, what is his actual argument? It's like he's just freestyling. Or he just
FBA
nitpicking, trying to find something.
history.
If
Right.
that's what makes you think that they're not, they are
Right.
descendants of freedmen.
Okay,
So they are free slaves. Yo, you said you were scholars.
Mike Larry, all I'm doing is giving you facts. So
Wait, hold on. So he typed right here. This is what they are calling foundational Black Americans, bow ties Black folks. So, Brother Reggie, they're not FBAs, they're bow tied Black folks. What's that? Okay, so I mean, I'm just lost for words. So the people who were called coloreds in this country and during Jim Crow, they were not called African Americans, and they were never called Black. They were called coloreds. And the people during the slave blocks, the trading blocks, who were called Negroes, they were not called Blacks. They were not called African Americans. So as we took on a more fitting title at that time, Blacks and African Americans, we couldn't look back at them and call them Black and African Americans. We could only call them Negroes and colors. Like, that's a weird argument to take. That's a weird argument, bro. He just chasing. Yeah, Brother Reggie, I don't know if debating is your thing.
So now, Mike Larry,
you don't make
freedmen.
sense.
Mike Larry, you don't know the history of the freedmen.
Oh, I don't.
Act. No, you do not.
Okay,
the
I
Freedmen
show
Act
you.
began in 1865, roughly in 1865, and ended in 1872. It was a bureau that was started as a welfare organization for Blacks that were freed during the emancipation.
Well, no, Brother Reggie, you can't do that. You just called them Black. Remember, we can't look backwards and give them a term that we use today. Okay, so no. You can't do that because calling them Black at that time, that ain't happen. Okay, you see? I caught him. So he's saying the brother can't do something that he's doing. So let's look at it. Let's look at the freedman. Okay. A freedman or freed woman is a person, not Black, who has been released from slavery, usually by legal means. Historically, slaves were freed by manumission, granted freedom by their owners. This is what Dr. Cloud talks about. Emancipation, granted freedom as part of a larger group, or self-purchase. A fugitive slave is a person who escaped enslavement by fleeing. You see? So we got them. We got them. We can't look back and call them FBAs. Well, Brother Reggie, you can't look back and call them Black. Let's look back and call them what they were called at that time. They were called persons, I guess, but they was definitely called slaves. And maybe a Negro. So if I can't look back and call them freedmen, ADOS, FBA, well, you can't look back and call them African American, Black, or Egypt. You dig? All right. So let's call them what they were called. They were called slaves. So the slaves were freed men by manumission. Dr. Clark Anderson brought us that. I think, was it Black Wealth, White Labor, or was it Howardnomics? I forgot what book. Let him go. Go back. Okay, but I got him. I caught him. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, dude, like that's not a good argument. I got him. Caught him slipping. He called them Black.
Organization
they were not called Black.
For Blacks that were freed during.
Okay, so what's the difference of brother? Now look, you hear Brother Reggie call them Black. Go back in there. So then Brother Reggie gave the definition of Foundation of Black America. He picked the words apart. All right, let's look at Black then. Let's see. Is black not misleading? To call a human being black, that's not misleading? To call a human being an adjective, a color, that you're not black. This phone is black. You don't, this is not how we look. I never look. What are you talking about? So like this whole semantic thing, and you want to go African? You the whole continent? I mean, it's when people say semantics, he's literally doing a semantic word game. The word soup. Are you actually African? The whole continent? So we're not black. So okay, we're not FBA. We're not black. We're not a color. Colors are not nouns. We're not Egyptian. We're not African. We're not the whole continent. Okay. So we're just slaves then, Brother Reggie? That's what white folks called us. So we're just Negroes? That's what they called us. Are we just colored? So we don't have the right to say, hey, we're not Negroes, we're not colored, we're not slaves, we're FBA. Or we got to take the terms that white folks plant on us. I mean, this is a crazy position to take from Brother Reggie.
On the Emancipation Proclamation. So they
and
were
they
called
slip in and call him black after chastising him for saying don't call him FBA.
by the white people freedmen. The problem with that is that there were already free blacks before the Civil War.
He keeps saying free blacks, Brother Reggie. See, this is why they won't pull up over here. I want them to, because you're calling them free blacks, bro. They were not called free blacks. You're calling that. And remember, we're being technical. They were called free slaves or freedmen. Stop inserting the word black. If I can't insert FBA, freedmen, or I guess we could say freedmen, but if I can't insert FBA or ADOS, you can't insert black. They were not called black either. They were called freed slaves or freedmen.
Before 1865 and before emancipation. Boston, New York, Connecticut, New England, right? They already had free blacks. You're confusing.
Why is he constantly lying? Why does he keep saying free blacks? They were freedmen or free slaves. So again, I told you, people have to blatantly lie to win an argument. You got to be misleading. He just said butterfly misleading. Well, bro, you're misleading on purpose because you just said they were not FBAs. These were bow tie black folks. No, they weren't black folks either, bro. They were bow tie Negro folks or bow tie colored folks. They were not black. Nobody called them black at that time. This is a weak argument.
The word freedmen with free blacks. Freedmen comes from this bureau.
Every time you say black, he's lying and being misleading on purpose to incept his, because he's going live too. So he's incepting his listeners black. He don't want to say slave because he knows that then his argument falls apart the same way he's saying Mike Larry's falls apart. They both are calling somebody something they didn't call themselves. But he has to keep saying black to convince his audience black. It's a better term. You know, it's weird.
That was created.
But notice he ain't saying African American.
Right? That was created by the white man.
People.
No,
bro.
they're not.
Yes, there is. But go ahead and continue. But go ahead and continue.
Thank you. Freedmen is a term that was created from the Freedmen's Bureau, right? Oh. And it was a bureau that was supposed to be held largely staffed by white people. White people got jobs to kind of sort out what they were going to do with the freed Africans. But there were already free Africans living in New England.
Brother Reggie, I'm sorry, I got to call you out. You're known for doing this. When somebody disagrees with you, you're known for timing them out or blocking them. So I never had to remove your wrench on the channel because you were blocking people because they disagree with you. Like, and you're talking about he's emotional. You're emotional. Why are you reading the comments? You're debating. Stay focused. You're reading the comments and you're blocking people or timing them out because they disagree with you and they're debunking you, or they probably saying what I'm saying. Like, dude, you just contradicted your position, like over and over and over.
These the ones. There was those, a lot of them that already brought their freedom. There's a lot of them that brought their freedom. Even if there was slavery up north. There was some shit that
And
was.
then he's cherry picking who he highlights. He's only highlighting people which is weird.
Even in Brooklyn, in New York, ports in New York, in Manhattan,
Mike Larry,
in
you are
Jersey.
smart. Mike, you're smart.
But these are the. So you're telling me they are not the same?
No, they're not. Free men and free men are two different terms. Free men are blacks that either bought their way out of slavery.
Remember Butterfly? But now freedman, that compound word makes sense. So we got a man that represents humanity, and we got free that's just, so those two words are more proper than African. I'm just listening. Freedman makes more sense than butterfly.
Yes.
Or were manumitted by white slavers, mostly
Slavers, same. They came from the same people. They are the ones that.
Good catch, Mike Larry. Good catch. Slavers. We're talking about slave masters, and we're talking about slave men, slave women. You keep getting away from that and calling them black on purpose to throw off your listeners, which they are clueless. They're just following, listening blindly. Slaves. Good catch, Mike Larry.
You saying?
Okay. I just want to let everybody know this is Brother Reggie's presentation.
All right, you know what? Let me. Oh yeah. Oh. Yo, let me. Yo. Let me hit up Mike Larry. So I can find his page. Where's the chat? Ooh. Oh my God. All right. I just had to. All right. let's get back to it. So I want him to play my reaction to that debate, or even invite me on. I'll just do it all over.
Sarnetta is not presenting, nor does Sarnetta necessarily approve of my statements. He allows me to do shows on
And
this
nor is he timing people out as you.
platform. So that is the shout out to them, if you want to call them Booker T. Washington. They
get cotton.
And he also said Marcus Garvey was the first to lead the civil rights movement, something like that. I would love to talk to him about that. Like, bro, say that again about Marcus Garvey. Like, what did he do? Matter of fact, yeah, dang, I don't know why it won't let us do it. Yo, why did he, look at this. Why is there's no clip feature? Look, it's supposed to be a clip feature. Clip. Now look at this. It's supposed to be a transcript, right? Look at this. This Tariq's channel. It's a transcript. Why there's no clip feature and why there's no transcript? Let me refresh. That's weird. There's no clip feature or transcript. Brother Reggie, do you take that off so we can't?
The Black American, the Negro.
Did you take that? Did
right,
you take
the
those
colored,
features off?
Right. This new word.
Did you take those features off so we couldn't still man your argument? Look, there's no wait. Let me see. What the? No, there's no. Let me see the video he did about Laura Abba. Let me see if there's a. Where's the one with Laura Abba? Right here. Let me see if there's a transcript here or a clip feature. Because that was my argument against like some of the One West Israelites. Like a lot of them wouldn't have the clip feature or transcript. Like they want. Look, it's transcript. All right. Maybe I'm tripping. It's 1:30 in the morning. Maybe I'm looking too deep into this, right? Maybe this would be up and running, or maybe there's a reason why. There is a good reason why there's no transcript. All right, so scratch what I said. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm tripping. All right. This is probably just nothing.
Does not appear in history. So let's continue. Just click this.
The same fucking descendant from that motherfucker's free, but the freed, they are blood, they are connected, they were just ripped apart and split up. Yeah, but go ahead, man.
Understand the definition of
shit.
Okay, so the dude, he's a little more hood than Reggie. Reggie's more scholarly. So like if you know what's going on. The dude is making a clear point. Dude, whatever you're calling them, freed men, free folk, free cousin, free brother, doesn't matter. He is part of the same lineage as us today, who call himself FBAs, ADOS, freedmen. That guy is from the same blood and lineage that we are from. Okay, his relatives you could trace his relatives somewhere in America today. Just way back from that time. Just like you can trace our relatives way back from that time. Okay? Because that was manumission, so that was around 1850. I think he just read it, 1860, 1850. That's not that long ago. That long ago. Like a lot of us can trace our family back into those days. So the brother's like, yo, whatever you call him, he still is part of our lineage. So we would call him today FBA, looking back from 2025 lens to 1850, 65, 1830, we would call that man FBA. That's more fitting than freedman. That's all he's saying.
And make things more difficult. Continue, and you're not even reading this on the screen. Read it and get it
I'm
over.
gonna read it, but
you're talking too much. Read
what you don't understand is you're
Read it.
conflating the word
It's all the
freemen.
same thing. Just read,
No,
brother.
it's
Keep
not.
going.
Freemen are blacks that were freed by.
You see, he keeps saying the word blacks. Nowhere in the reading that he's going to read is going to say, no authentic reading at that time is going to say blacks. So again, for that 100th time, Brother Reggie is doing what he said Mike Larry can't do. He's saying Mike Larry can't, 2025, look back 200 something years and place FBA on people who were not called FBA. But Brother Reggie is looking back 200 something years and he's placing black on the people who were not called black. I mean, y'all can't see that? Does that make sense? He's saying Mike Larry can't call him FBA because they didn't call themselves FBA. But I, Brother Reggie, can call them black even though they didn't call themselves black. So how about let's just call them what they call themselves? Stop saying black and just keep saying freedmen and keep saying slaves. Stick to those two words. Freedmen, is that possible? Can we just use the language that was used at that time? Freedmen, slaves. No blacks, no African American, and no FBA. Adolfs, or that's it, right? Can we just do that? See, but and he charged Mike Larry semantics when he's the guy literally doing semantics.
White people manumitting them or freed by states, northern states. Normally, when we go to a definition of a word,
oh, here we go.
Foundational Black Americans are the descendants of Black people who survived one of the greatest atrocities in recorded history.
Okay, right. Did that freedman survive that? Did that freedman survive that? All right, that's FBA to us.
Right, American slavery. FBA are the descendants of Black people who built the United States from scratch.
Okay, I guess he's reading. Okay, he's reading the website. Okay, cool, no problem. But so if black is okay, so you see he got no problem saying the word black by itself. What tickled his fancy, straightening, is that he saying foundational along with black and American along with black. That's what's really pissing him off.
That was part of your opening. But the history did not start in 1619.
Ooh.
The history of FBA started almost 100 years earlier.
Okay, I mean, what does that matter? Okay, so Mike Larry got a date wrong, but those are still the same people. Like, is that a different slave? Is that a different slave? 1619 earlier. What, Sir John Hawkins? You going to say Nation Islam doctrine? Are you going to bring up Sir John Hawkins? Okay, 1619. No, it started in 1582. Are they the same slaves as the one in 1619? Yeah. What are you talking about?
The first documented foreign settler in the New World of North America were the enslaved Black people who were bought over by Spanish colonizers Lucas Vasquez de Leon.
I gotta fast forward this. Yeah, the dude is just wasting time at this point. He's just wasting time.
Bought over has nothing to do with the United States nor the colonies, right?
These you talking about the Seminoles?
No, Seminoles are Native American. That was bought over by Lucas Vasquez de Leon in 1526. They were bought in Spanish territories, right? And it's in 1526. So this is before the British colonized it, and before the Dutch colonized it, and before the United This is going to be, I think, part one. There's going to be a part two.
Please.
Can you come on now? It's simple.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It is simple. You're making it so now he just charged the brother with saying FBA is confusing. It's 3 words that's identifying one group. Oh, it's confusing, but you're making this confusing. You're making this confusing. You know he's talking about slaves that came off a ship to America and they never left. They stayed in America. He's referring to them as foundational Black Americans. You hate that term. Okay, well, guess what? They were slaves. Is that better? They were slaves in America. They never left. They dropped off here and they stayed here up until today. their lineage is still here in America. So it is that simple. You're making it difficult. Peace, SMH. You're making it difficult on purpose. You're trying to confuse the brother.
It is
simple, but what
are you? All right, no. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Reggie. So are the dark skinned Jamaicans that's in Jamaica, are they real Jamaicans or they're not? Because they got mixed cultures. So you telling me the people in Jamaica they not really Jamaicans? They can't call themselves Jamaicans. What should they call themselves?
See, this has nothing to do with
it has everything to do with it. Because they're freedmen, they're Africans, but they're not calling themselves Africans. Or you know what I mean? They are saying, although we come from that stock, we are now something different than the others in the diaspora and the continent. We're Jamaicans. That was a very good point. Okay, so every time the brother make a good point, Brother Reggie runs from it and try to explain to his audience, that's not a good point. That was a very good point. You just can't defeat it.
Jamaica in Jamaica with class of their music or fighting against It's not
So get it. So go get to the
Right.
simple.
So put up my screen while you're there.
It's already there. Just answer that question. You already talking for 100 minutes.
Right. See, that's what I don't want. If I talk to Brother Reggie somebody, I don't want that. You get to read for 4 hours. Dude, make your point in 30 seconds, 45 seconds the most. Stop. Let me go. Each one of us 45 seconds. Unless it's important for you to here and there read an article. No problem. But most of the dialogue should be 45 seconds, each back and forth. I don't want the long go back over there. I don't want the long monologues, man, the long preaching, because he grew up in that era where he stand up on a soapbox and just preach to nobody. No, we don't want that.
I'm a researcher, more researcher than I am
Oh
a
my
scholar.
God. Right.
You just made it out of high school.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
never be moved. After booking
Well,
up,
Malcolm X didn't finish
you
high
start
school.
booking up.
And
All right.
Elijah Muhammad, third grade education. So, but you respect him as a scholar or somebody. So that right there, not gonna fly, because if that's the standard, college degrees only. Okay, then stop talking about Marcus Garvey. Peace. Cool. Stop talking about Marcus Garvey. Stop talking about Malcolm X. Stop talking about Elijah Muhammad and probably all the Black Panthers. You dig? And let's just focus on credential FBAs. I know you hate that acronym, but it's too bad. Let's just focus on credential FBAs. Let's just respect what they got to say. We can do that. We can do that.
So get ready.
Okay. The Tone Talk's credential. Yvette Carnell, they're credential. Dr. Claude's credential. So yeah, okay. So let's just play Tone Talks, Yvette Carnell, and Dr. Clark Anderson. Let's only play the credential people.
Can you answer that in the meantime?
That's why I'm on the show. That's why I'm on the show.
Right, but you have to give me some leeway to interject.
I let you talk.
But can you answer that?
See, I let you talk. Yeah, that's not how a debate or dialogue happens, especially when y'all disagree. You don't just let somebody. That's what people want to do. They just want to talk. That's what IB want to do. They just want to talk on this soapbox and just go. Make all these points that you disagree with, and then get done. Like, okay, rebut everything I said. Like, nigga, are you serious, bro? You just sat there and talked for 2 hours straight, and you expect me to remember points for 2 hours straight? No. That's disingenuous. And again, like, I don't know why Brother Reggie doing this. I don't know why Pan Africans do this. I don't know why people from the Caribbean do this, or even continental Africans. Why we just can't have a legitimate, honest dialogue? Okay, Brother Reggie doesn't want to have that with Mike Larry. He wants to use technology, lack of better words.
But answer the question.
You never answered my question.
I already answered your question. Can you answer the question?
Yes.
What
the Jamaica, most of the Caribbean is largely a mixture of Africans and the Native Americans and their Spanish colonizers.
What about here? What about the Black Americans here? What is the difference? What is the mixture?
So
What is
the
the
difference
what's the different cultures? Is there any difference from a Jamaican culture that's mixed with the colonizers, the natives, and the Africans?
Yeah.
Aren't we the same here? Aren't we the same?
Okay, all right, okay. I see the brother got some bags, got some tricks up his sleeve.
No, we have different cultures. Mike Larry.
Okay, he said different cultures, bro. He's literally asked. You just said Jamaica is built upon the colonizer mixing with Africans and Africans mixing with the natives of the land. He just said, hey, that sounds like America. That sounds like Africans in America mixing with the colonizer and mixing with the natives in the land. That's a great point. He said, so what's the difference between us and a Jamaican? We're both made up of three different things. And Brother Reggie said, but they got different culture. We're not talking about culture. We're talking about the biological makeup of a Jamaican as opposed to an FBA. They're both made up of three different races or ethnicities, how you want to term it. Natives, white people, Africans, America, Jamaica, natives, African, white people. So the only thing really separates us is culture.
Larry.
Answer that question.
Mike Larry, I was already trying to answer that.
Okay, I'm really shocked at Brother Reggie, bro. Like, he really let me down, bro. He really let me down. Like, he really to go this far left, it might be no return for this guy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mike Larry, the Spanish began to bring slaves and the enslaved into the Caribbean. So the culture was the Tainos that were originally there. And
he's not talking about culture. He's literally talking about reproduction. Like, what makes a Jamaican a Jamaican? You just said it. What Brother Ray just said it was, and that's why there's no clip feature here, because they don't want you to still man their argument. But look over here, though. Look over here. Tyreek got a clip feature. You dig? Brother Reggie, maybe it was always off. Maybe he took it off. There ain't no clip feature here. It's for me to clip his arguments, because I would love to clip these arguments. Okay, so he just said what makes up a Jamaican is it's a 3-person involvement. African, white colonizer, native. And then Brother Larry checked him and said, hey, so what's the difference between them and a American, Foundation Black American? They're mixed with colonizer, African, and native. And then Brother Reggie went to just babble after that. He got him. He got him.
The Africans, right? So you have a mixture of groups of people, but they was with the Spanish. That's a whole different culture.
No, but they're white. oh my God. So, yeah, this dude said a whole different culture. You see what I'm saying? And this is why he wants to talk for long periods, because he can't be checked right away. What you mean culture? Culture is the way you conduct yourself. We're talking about your biological makeup. White, Spanish, they're white. They're not Latino. Cuban, they're white. They're white folks who speak a different. What's the difference between a Spaniard, a Frenchman, and a German? They're all white. They just speak a different language for the most part. Yeah, this person's more authentic white. He's less mixed than this person. But at the end of the day, they're all white and they speak different languages.
And what about here?
Black Americans.
That's only 6% of this.
See, he wants to just rant and he don't want to be checked on the spot. That's why I don't like those conversations where you get to just talk for 3-4 hours and then this is my goal. I don't want to do that. Because when that's the structure, to me, is always going to be disingenuous.
The slaves came to America. The rest of them went to those islands, and the majority of them went to South America. Only 6% of the slaves came here.
All right. Wrong. The The Black American, I just showed.
Black people, we was already here.
The Black American, I just showed him the equivalent. Black Americans that came here, they came. They were connected.
No. Yo, look at this guy. He's very deceptive. He keeps calling the slaves Black Americans. They were not American and they were not Black. They were slaves. Just like how you won't let Mike Larry call the slaves FBA because you say FBA, that's a new thing. Well, Black Americans is a new thing compared to the slaves. That's 100, 200 some odd years later, my boy. But Brother Reggie is consistently calling the slaves Black Americans. And he's consistently checking Mike Larry when he called the slaves FBA. Come on, man. This is a weak position to hold, and you look bad. You look just as bad as Lord Jamar debating Professor Dave, bro.
Europeans, they were connected with the Africans, and they were connected with Native Americans. Only reason why I'm not opening up the lines.
Like, no. Stop. I want to side talk.
Africans, Spaniards. They speak Spanish. The dominant culture is Spaniards. The real
different
white
culture than Black Americans.
But now don't we have Puerto Rico and Dominican?
Yes.
So wait. Let me make the point. You make it.
Okay.
No, brother. I want no side talk. No side talk. Let me hear it.
I want to know about you. First of all, you I think you was in the chat. You said that you have college.
Yes, I study Black studies, and a lot of that shit that you're bragging about is pseudo.
Okay, stop. You
Even
study
your
Black
own
studies in what college?
will tell you that shit is Afrocentric
You
pseudo.
study Black studies in what college?
Johnson C. Smith.
Johnson C. Smith. Okay. In your classes that you took, what grades did you get?
All A's.
You got all A's.
Anyway, that's here nor
Wait, no. Stop. You said you got all A's in Black studies. So that means you lied on your papers.
How did I lie on my papers?
Well, if you was learning Black studies and you got A's, then that means that you wrote good papers for your professors.
Oh, come on. I'll see where he's going.
Okay,
that was whack.
In a collegiate course.
All right, let's get to the argument, bro.
A few Africans, majority were American Indians already in chattel slavery. And the year that you said 1619, Africans were not brought over here in that year. It was actually 1626. So most likely those people that was confiscated on the White Lion would have had to been Indian slaves within the Caribbean. Also, you have scholars such as Philip Curtin debunking the transatlantic slave trade numbers because it possibly couldn't have been over 100 million, what John Henrik Clark proposed or Kwame Ture proposed, or even W.E.B. Du Bois. It's a lot smaller than that. And my friend Phoenix Moon came up here and she made you concede that you were not an African, you were an Aboriginal from here.
No, she didn't make.
Is that a fact?
That. She didn't. Phoenix Moon.
He made you got your own genealogy.
But let's just stay on the topic because you gaslighting, right?
I'm not gaslighting. You gaslighted Aboriginals and FBA.
No, I'm not gaslighting.
You bragged about your credentials.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so we actually gonna talk about it. So, E. Franklin Frazier, right? He did have concepts of assimilation in African American culture, but the assimilation was Africans that were assimilating in white American culture. Frazier did argue that slavery erased African cultural heritage among Americans. He in fact did that, but E. Franklin Frazier actually did say that it was African cultural heritage that was erased, right? Slavery, in fact, did a lot of that, right? Slavery was brutal, But E. Franklin Frazier did not use the word foundational Black American. He did not use that word. He addressed.
Here we go, brother. He did not use that word. Dude. I don't know what year you're talking about, but did he say Black American? Because you keep saying that. He's caught up on what we use today, but you're saying Black American. How about did Haile Selassie I say Eritrean? Did Haile Selassie I say Eritrean? I mean, that's just a weird argument. Did Marcus Garvey say Eritrean? Like, what do you, so if they never said it, the people don't exist? That's just
The lack of memory of our cultural heritage. But even when E. Franklin Frazier argues that, right? If you look at the Nat Turner Rebellion, you look at the Stoner Rebellion.
Franklin Frazier. Let me see what year this was. E. Franklin Frazier. Okay. So he wasn't 1932. Wait a minute. You just said he didn't say FBA. Negro. He didn't say Black American either. Look, the Negro family. He got a 1932 PhD dissertation was published as a book titled The Negro Family. And yo, y'all gotta see this by now. Y'all gotta see this by now. Brother Reggie keeps saying they didn't say FBA. Mike Larry, you gotta catch these guys on this. Yo, he didn't say Black American either, but you keep saying Black American, just like I keep saying FBA. So how about we just say what they said? Let's just say the Negro family. If I can't look back and place a modern term on them, you can't look back and place a modern term on them. Black American and FBA are both modern terms compared to what they were called. Negroes. This is just bad.
Rebellion. You look at the Haitians that came into the United States to fight in the Civil War. That there were Africans that did in fact have their culture. Then the fact is, can you discuss with me the illegal slave trade? You know the illegal slave trade?
So the alleged illegal slave trade.
No, not alleged illegal slave trade.
It was 92,000 that was brought in after 18.
Nah, bro. You don't want a moderator because like in Black culture, a moderator messes up. It makes it worse. Trust me, we tried that. I'm talking about any topic. Unless you have this ain't a debate, by the way. A formal debate is you get 15-minute introduction. In Black culture, the way we debate, we go back and forth, like arguing. Like, you argue with your boy in the barbershop about politics or the football game or the basketball game. That form of arguing we call debating. Okay, so now that style works because I'm a debater. I've been debating online for 15 years. So that style works. Okay, nothing wrong with that. I like that style. But sometimes you do need maybe 10 minutes to read something or go over or explain something. I got no problem with that. But as we're exchanging ideas and challenging each other, no, 45 seconds the most. That works. So now your style you're talking about, that comes afterwards. So Senator called this style a weigh-in. The style they're doing right now, this is a weigh-in. They're trying to fill each other out. They're trying to debunk each other. So when they get done exhausted with this, if Brother Larry feel like he won, if Brother Reggie feel like he won, this is now when they get a formal debate. I said, okay, y'all heard the back and forth weigh-in. Now I'm going to go and we're going to do a formal debate where I get to give a 15-minute introduction, give a, 30-minute argument, give a 50-minute rebuttal, and then a back and forth cross-examination maybe 3 times, and I leave with a conclusion or summation. So that form usually come last, because a lot of times debate could be won with this back and forth, because enough information could be spoken or introduced where one of the parties feel like, okay, I see your point, and This ain't worth the debate.
Between that year all the way up to 1865. That is only a minute number.
Okay, wait. Okay, so then Africans were coming into America who understood their culture, right? Because they was coming in after 1807. So you just cooked yourself because you have populations of Africans coming into this country, right? Who still remember their culture.
But did you preserve yours? Are you one of those people? No, you're not. You never said you were. You said that you were an Indian, from what I recall.
No, I am not. I never said, and your recollection is.
Do you
really
want Phoenix Moon to come up here and clown?
You go find a video clip where I said that I'm Native American. I have no Native American blood in me.
Remind people.
So wait, let's get back to the point. Let's get back to this point. The even if we deal with what you just said about the illegal slave trade, right? And that Africans were still coming in here. You cooked yourself.
How?
Because it showed that Africans were coming directly from Africa.
But those wouldn't be your people, though, genealogy-wise? No, those weren't your relatives. So again,
no. We're not talking about whether or not
and you mentioned
my relatives
right?
are. We're not talking about whether or not my relatives are. What we're talking about is the simple fact that you lied to my audience and you said that Africans, you lied to our public and you said that Africans had completely lost their
Where
culture.
did I lie? Explain this.
If
he said people did not preserve any African lineage, and I told
they
you,
did preserve it if they were coming in. When was the last slave ship?
Slow down, brother.
When was the last? You slow down. When was the last slave ship?
For one, I said when I read.
When was the last slave ship?
All right, 2:00 is my cutoff. I don't know where this is going right now. They took it somewhere else. Hey man, I appreciate y'all, but this got wacky. I mean, I understand what they're talking about debating, but this is like far away from what Mike Larry was arguing. So they went like somewhere totally different. And I'm not that interested in that. I was more interested in them talking about FBAs. And so with that being said, man, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go live in the morning. I want to get the lives in before the game is at 1:00. I know y'all into football. I'm into football. But I'm going live during football. I don't care about all that. I mean, sports. I mean, I root for certain teams, but I really don't care at the end of the day who wins. I won't be mad if the worst team won. I'll be like, oh, whatever. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm not that invested in sports like that. Now I am in boxing though. I'm a bigger boxing fan than a basketball and football fan. I'm a bigger boxing fan. Okay. Anyway, that being said, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go live in the morning. I'm going to I don't know what I'm gonna go live on. But I got some things to go live on, but I'm probably gonna deal with I know what I'm gonna go live on. Okay. Cause I keep getting to pull it up. I'm not gonna do it now because it's already late. Am I saying gonna go to sleep without me? Okay, so let me do this. Let me go this. Oh, Pan-African pass. That's hilarious. All right. So let me do this. Because I keep getting to pull this video up. So this video, I want to do a review on my own video. I want to do a recap. Okay. Oh, right here. This is it.
Tariq Nasheed would have said.
Okay, they're right there. Okay, cool. All right. So with that being said, let me leave you with this. I hope it's something good to watch. I might watch say y'all know. But let me leave you guys with this. Just about 5 seconds of this song right here. This little jingle. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be funny right here. All right. Okay. So let's do this. I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
Government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, government, the government.